Extreme Sports, proudly covering local high school athletics and District 10 championships on Stream TV.
Going deep, got him, touchdown! Coming in from the end zone, he's there, Cowell, touchdown! Nice job with the finish. That was one good catch.
Well, good evening and welcome to Week 4 of high school football. Tonight's matchup, the Titusville Rockets on the road taking on the Meadville Bulldogs. And we welcome you to tonight's coverage, made possible by these great sponsors. By Oil Creek Plastics, by Titusville Area Hospital, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by State Farm Insurance, by Poppies, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by Donovan and Bauer Auto Group, by The Barking Lot, by Fat Chads, by Armstrong, by Kreiner Real Estate, by Warner's Bakery, by Goodwill, by Larry's Auto Service, by Corky's Pizza, and by the Titusville Beverage. Now we welcome you to Bender Field inside the Kreiner Real Estate Warner's Bakery pregame show. We've got quite a night for you tonight. We lost Steve and Bill tonight, but we gained people who are better, Jim, dare I say. We've got Mr. Shane Ream joining us. He's going to give us the Meadville perspective tonight. And down on the field, we've got Mr. Joe Roddy. We do want to say hi to Steve, who's on the road traveling for work. And we want to say hi to Bill McCrillis, who's recovering after a slight procedure. We don't want to go into details, but Bill, we're thinking about you and wish you all the best. Gentlemen, welcome to Week 4 high school football.
Well, it's good to be here, Luke, and it's always good to come to Meadville. This is a rivalry, Shane, that goes back a whole lot of years, even before my birth, and I've been around a couple of days, and it's always good to bring it back. It's one of the things I liked about the schedule this year. Titusville, Meadville, Oil City, Franklin, kind of that old Northwest Conference Section 2 to go back into the 50s. So I look forward to this. It's always good to come to Meadville. I may not be this happy in about 45 minutes to an hour, but at the present time, it's good to be in Meadville. Good football team over here.
Well, yeah, I think Meadville's ranked fairly high in the state this year. They've been used to some success the past couple of years, and it has been nice having this rivalry back together against Titusville. So, you know, close. We used to call it the Crawford County rivalry back in my day. So it was always, you know, having those bragging rights as the best team in Crawford County on the line tonight.
What's that?
Well, I was going to say, I want to talk about rivalries here a little bit later in the pregame show, because I'm not quite sure the kids today quite understand what that means compared to when we were going through. So we'll get your perspective on that later on in the pregame show.
Yeah, I was thinking of that very subject, sitting here watching the teams warm up, and it is an interesting thing that you mentioned, Luke, is whether or not these kids understand it like we did back in our day. But this should be a good one. Titusville comes in 1-2, having lost to Sharpsville and LaBeouf. Sharpsville threw against us successfully, and LaBeouf ran against us successfully. You guys got a running team over here, and it's going to be, can Titusville match up somehow within the line, keep the guys inside, and not let Simmons get outside on them.
That is going to be a challenge for them, for Titusville. You know, and not only just Kalon, but they have a very good fullback, another good Brady Walker. They have another good starting running back in Amari Lewis, and then maybe 3 or 4 guys off the bench that are high caliber running backs as well that can just as easily get the job done.
Are you trying to make me cry now before the game?
We got a long ways to go, guys, and our pregame show will continue. We had a chance to sit down with Coach Mike Reynolds on the Titusville side. We'll hear that coming up as our pregame show continues here from Bender Field in Meadville, Pennsylvania. This is the Kreiner Real Estate Warner's Bakery pregame show. We'll be back right after this.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Like a good neighbor, your State Farm agent is there. And there. And now, there. Good Neighbor Connect is a secure virtual meeting tool exclusively for State Farm customers. It's simple to use, no signups, downloads, or plugins, and it helps you have the conversations you need with your agent at whatever distance you prefer. Ask your agent about meeting through Good Neighbor Connect today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Poppy's Equipment and Storage Rental in Pleasantville is committed to providing our customers with exceptional service while offering quality rental equipment. We offer competitive pricing and an array of equipment for you to get the job done and on time. Hosting an event? Poppy's can help with that too. We have tents, tables, chairs, heaters, generators, barbecues, and more. Need firewood or propane? No problem. Whether you're in construction or a weekend warrior, reach out to Poppy's about your next project needs. Poppy's Place on the Titusville Road in Pleasantville.
Hey, Joe, should I be seeing zeros?
What, on our 401k?
No, 0% is back. Dummy.
That's right, 0% is back on select models. And you know what else is back? Our inventory. Roll that beautiful drone footage.
So stop out and see us for 0% financing.
We're done in a Bower on Highttown Road in Titusville.
Back to the Rocket Pregame Show. Joining me now is head coach of the Titusville Rockets, Mike Reynolds. Coach, give us a rundown on Fort LaBeouf. Tough game, but you put some points on the board. What did you guys see after you got a chance to analyze everything?
Absolutely. I mean, that's another championship football team. You're going to see those guys in the playoffs. Very well developed, well coached team. In terms of things we did, I mean, we moved the ball on them. We came out with over 200 yards passing. That's some things we've been doing well on the year. A couple little fundamental errors. We see some plays where maybe we're running something outside that should go inside. Obviously, tackling from the get-go was an issue that we need to work on. But when you look at the game films, you can see times where we don't execute early on, and then all of a sudden, you know, everything clicks together. We bring that game through a really nice defensive series. I think we had 2 series of forced fumble. We're back in that 13-7 realm because kids are executing, and that's the nature of having a young team. You know, getting them to work for the long haul, and they're seeing these signs of life. They're seeing these things work, and just working for that consistency against high-level opponents is where we're at.
And I think we even talked about that the first 2 weeks. You know, the tackling we thought was really good. It's like, oh wow, you know, fundamentally this is great. And then we saw that game Friday. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that as a coaching staff, where it's like you're taking 2 steps forward and then here's a step back?
Well, every week's a new challenge. So Lucian was a 6'1", 220-pound fullback we faced last week. I mean, the guy's a stud. And so first couple tackles you can see on films, kids hitting them high and just getting destroyed. But then as the game went on, you see him come in lower, more intensity to take them out. And that's how the game works. And as these kids build their football skills, they see those things earlier and they understand them better, and they're able to adjust, you know, sooner in the game as opposed to later, which is what we've been doing. So
you have 3 weeks worth of games you can go back and look at. Has any of this path changed any of the way you're handling coaching, or is it still here's the map and we're in the right direction?
Yeah. So I mean, it ultimately comes down to fundamentals. You know, how you block, tackle. You know, how we catch, receive, and do all those pieces. But you also have kids, and each of these kids have different personalities, and you can see things popping up that you're like, oh, we do this really well naturally without, you know, maybe working as hard at as other things. So you look at the stuff we do good. I mean, we're walking into week 3 with over 520 yards passing. Like, we can throw the ball, and we got some guys that can catch. So we still want to deploy that, but then when you look at our rush yards, yeah, they're way down. You know, we average around 1.5 to 2 yards a rush. So we need to build that side of the game up, and those two will complement each other as we go, and that's kind of how we look at it as we move on forward in the season.
Have you seen those kids step up into that leadership role on the team?
Absolutely. I mean, every week you have something that needs to happen, and so last week we needed some plays made. Ashton Burley did a really nice job working hard. I mean, the guy was beat up every which way. He was covered in dirt, and he just kept coming back and did a really nice job in that toughness role. So every week you see something like that happen. And then you have those quiet team members. There are certain kids within that group that do their job relentlessly for 4 quarters, and they're hidden somewhere on the offensive line. You never hear their name call, but they're doing what they're supposed to do because they're rising up to the challenge, and that's the nature of being in that role on a team.
That's going to be nice for you when you guys are looking at film to be able to, find those guys and say, hey, this is a good job. Here's something that's subtle that maybe a lot of people wouldn't pick up on, but without this other stuff doesn't happen.
And that's the joy of us being adults. We see the end picture. We understand how seasons work, and so part of our roles as coaches and head coaches, helping kids see that vision, see the path that they're moving on and where they're at in the path. And sometimes they don't realize how close they are. The difference of a 6-inch step getting off here a little faster, maybe a little lower pad level, it's the difference of 6 points in a game. And those are the things that we're constantly harping on. Win, lose, or draw, no matter what. The next day we're in films, no matter what. So Friday night, we'll play our games. Saturday we'll be in at films at 9 o'clock in the morning with the kids. And that's how we grow.
You kind of touched on this. Every day is different. Every game is different. It's high school football. Things change constantly with students. Things can happen in school and personal lives. You've had this part of the schedule that's been pretty tough.
Oh, yeah.
Sharpsville, Fort LaBeouf. Now you're coming into Meadville for week 4. What are your goals here with Meadville? And what do you tell the kids? Because you don't know what happens on their side of the ball either.
Yeah, so, every week you come into a game, you're generally one of 2 categories. You're either the front runner or the underdog. It's easy to say we're playing a potential state championship team. So, yeah, we're an underdog coming with that. But knowing that you're an underdog, there's opportunities sitting there. Watching Notre Dame and Marshall, number 8 Notre Dame, Marshall, and you see those things happen because when you are an underdog team, people assume things about you. They assume that maybe you can't do this, that, and another, and it takes them a while to adapt. So, when we come into a week like this, we still focus on fundamentals. We still want to make sure we're blocking, we're tackling, we're executing our schemes to a level of detail that's much higher because these guys will be a better coached team just based on this sheer athleticism. We got to protect the ball. These guys have a great number of turnovers going their way. When you watch their game films, there's a lot of interception, fumble recovery type plays that they're scoring on. I mean, the past week, I think the first 20 points were just off of turnovers. Wow. So moving the ball, protecting the ball, possessing time on offense, keeping them off the field, those are the kind of things that we need to do to be successful.
On Meadville's side, are there a couple key guys you're looking at to sort of contain?
Oh yeah, number 1, Colin Simmons. I mean, he's the guy. He's a phenomenal quarterback. He was out for a week due to injury. They had to have somebody come step up, but he's kind of the key within that offense. And he can have a 3-yard game play and then next play come back 67 yards. So key for our outside linebackers is making sure coming up, containing them. Our run support guys. So when we're bringing those corners and safeties up, they have to understand, when it's okay to cover the pass and when they need to come up and force and shut down those cutback lanes.
For you guys, do you change anything going into this week, or is it still keep doing what you're doing?
So system-wise, I mean, we're always looking at what we do, and we want to make sure that the things that we're good at, we're attacking the things that they aren't good at. We look for those weaknesses. And in the same respect, if we're looking defensively at some plays, maybe we've gave up more yards against LaBeouf than we should have on these plays, we'll look at alignment adjustments, personnel, and how we can do things better to make those matchups work out for us.
And I think you said last week even, you're talking like things that you can take back to practice and fix during the week. These aren't things that are just out there and you're not going to be able to ever figure out how to correct them. These are basic things that, and you've got the talent with the team too, to you guys that are going to step up and be able to make those corrections.
Yeah, and when you look at, let's take last week for example, we had some plays where we lost a matchup on the offensive line. We just, number 40 versus one of our guys didn't go well for about 2 plays. Then later, all of a sudden, we see him at the line of scrimmage. You'll see our quarterback come out free and make plays. Then sometimes you might see a back come out and maybe not make a contained block on a guy, and it's just getting 11 guys executing as one every play, and that's the goal offensively speaking. And the same thing on defense. We have a run force player come up. We had about 6 times on Friday night where we had a guy in the backfield, we just didn't finish a tackle. So you change that dynamic, you go from a 5-yard gain to a 3-yard loss, and that's a pretty good place to be. So we keep hammering on those things, and their kids get better. This is a very good coachable group, and we'll keep growing.
I can just imagine those sessions sitting there and like, yeah, I know, Coach. Like when they realize it, that's a good place to start too. Hey, it's not my problem, but when they own up to it and say, yep, that's on me.
Yeah, absolutely. And in today's world with the way technology is, it's very easy to filter out this set of plays that were successful, this set of plays that weren't successful. Let's look at these and let's talk about what we can do better, because ultimately high school football is about getting off the ball, executing, protecting that ball, and gaining yards, and we can do all those things.
Well, hey, there's a lot of history between these two schools.
Absolutely.
We're looking forward to bringing that excitement to you tonight. Coach, all the best. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
All right, Rocket Pregame Show will continue right after this.
Signature here. Oh, and one last thing.
What's with the chainsaw?
Oh, well, service may be slowed due to network interference.
Network interference?
Yeah, well, maybe if you cut down some of these trees, you can finally get a decent cell signal, which is how you get internet now. Good luck.
Read the fine print. Only Armstrong delivers fast and reliable internet right into your home on a network built specifically for the internet. Zoom from Armstrong.
Whoever said,
"It's only a dog,"
never loved a dog. Our philosophy is simple. We treat every dog as if it were our own, and believe us, we spoil our dogs. When dogs are comfortable, they're happy. The Barking Lot in Titusville is ready to make your dog happy by offering grooming services, daycare, and boarding. Call today to schedule an appointment, or better yet, stop in and discover a stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers at the Barking Lot in Titusville.
Since 1965, the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been dedicated to serving Titusville and surrounding communities. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that are still held to this day. He also believed in community and making Titusville the best place to live, work, and play. When you need us, we will be there for you, providing a dignified service at fair prices. This has been our foundation for 55 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street, Titusville.
Hi, my name is Dr. Charlie Gates. I'm an orthopedic surgeon with Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, and I spend most of my time here at Titusville Area Hospital. I'm a general orthopedic surgeon. I perform wrist fracture surgery, ankle fracture surgery, and hip fracture surgeries. I do carpal tunnels and trigger fingers, and knee arthroscopies and shoulder arthroscopies. I look forward to serving the patients here in the hospital.
And welcome back to Bender Field for tonight's matchup. This is the Kreiner Real Estate Warner's Bakery pregame show. The Titusville Rockets on the road taking on the Meadville Bulldogs. Luke Rio, Jim Bodemer, Shane Ream. We also have Joe Roddy down on the field. Wireless mic, we're going to be going down to him in just a moment. Jim, another beautiful night for high school football.
Yeah, we sometimes have nothing but good luck when it comes to Friday night football for the past several years. 72 degrees, no chance of rain, no wind, just a great night. By the time it cools down a little bit more, good night for these kids to play some football. So not at all bad down there, Joe. You can have yourself a lot of fun up and down the field.
Yeah, I was thinking about jumping in with these middle schoolers and showing them a thing or two, but I might hurt something. So I think I'll just stand here and just keep my distance.
But you got to remember your age.
Yeah. But there's it's a beautiful night, and as is pretty common now, we have turf fields, so there's no field conditions to speak of. And but more importantly, probably, I did get a chance to talk to the coaches, and both teams are pretty healthy, so there's no major injuries to concern themselves with. So it's a pretty even matchup then.
Well, I hope it stays even. This is a big ball game for Meadville as they want to continue this undefeated season. They're ranked as we were talking about up here with Shane that they are ranked this in the state. So they want to keep that going. We'd like to put a stop to it from the Titusville side. So that makes the matchup even that more important for both these ball clubs. And so I look for a good ball game. I'm hoping the Titusville can come out ready to play. I'm anxious to see some of these kids from Meadville. I've been reading about them, and I watched them in their first game with Butler today as I prepared for the night. So look, some good athletes, Shane. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Sure will. And I was listening to Coach talk earlier, and about being an underdog. So that is something that Meadville is going to have to watch out for and not fall into is the hype of themselves and just come out and play their game.
Yeah. But, Shane, and that's for a lot of teams that Meadville's playing this year too. So I mean that mental aspect has to play in for Meadville each and every week.
Absolutely. And this week, you're playing a team that's below 500, and next week you're playing a team that hasn't won a game yet. You can't allow yourself to fall asleep.
And the sad part of that whole thing, too, Shane, is they get a target on their back. I mean, these 1-0, 1-3 teams or whatever, they see the big bullseye in the back of these kids from Meadville, and they get psyched up. And so the opposite for the other team is that they are ready to play. If Meadville's down, they could get caught.
Absolutely. And, I've been on teams like that as well where the only thing that's going to make your season is beating a team like Meadville or a team that's has a lot of hype behind them. So that definitely is a season builder and a program builder with a win like that.
Joe Roddy's down on the wireless mic. He'll be joining us throughout the game, and it's brought to you tonight by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Bayless Fuel Service. We were talking to Athletic Director John Fry, and he said this turf's been down here for 7 years. It looks great for 7 years, Shane.
Yeah, and, just for a moment to compare it to the old turf, and you think turf, there might not ever be a fill condition on turf, but I have seen some pretty beat-up turfs before, but this turf has held its own for the last 7 years, and it still looks like it did the year that we got it.
Yeah, I thought it was a lot newer than that when I first was watching it. That's I asked somebody about how long it's been down, and I'm kind of surprised it does. It looks very nice. In very good shape.
All right, guys, we're going to take another timeout. We got a few to get in here before we get to tonight's game. This is the Kreiner Real Estate Warner's Bakery pregame show. Our coverage will continue right after this.
Fat Chad's Brewing is Titusville's premier dining destination, offering fine dining served with a cold beverage and great conversation. Try our oiled Derrick sirloin or railroad flat iron, or how about the TPD ribeye, Louis Lip strip steak, or Fat Chad's pork steak. Our pasta entries and sandwiches are just as popular. Try the garden pasta or the Asiago chicken, or get the Rocketeer burger or fish sandwich, all served with fresh cut fries. Come in Saturday nights for Wild Game Saturdays. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
Like a good neighbor, your State Farm agent is there. And there. And now, there. Good Neighbor Connect is a secure virtual meeting tool exclusively for State Farm customers. It's simple to use, no signups, downloads, or plugins, and it helps you have the conversations you need with your agent at whatever distance you prefer. Ask your agent about meeting through Good Neighbor Connect today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Let's say I have an internet issue. Do you offer in-home support?
That would be fee.
You did say free, right?
That's a fee.
Free?
Fee.
So do I pay for in-home support or do I not pay for in-home support?
Correct.
Read the fine print. Only Armstrong provides all their customers with free local support and service, in-home, by telephone, or one of our local stores. Zoom from Armstrong.
Would you love to exercise, but pain is holding you back? The aquatic therapy offered at Titusville Area Hospital Physical Therapy may benefit anyone suffering from joint pain, recovery from joint replacements, or other surgeries, fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, muscle weakness, or other physical limitations. In the comfort of a heated pool and with private one-on-one sessions, the professionals at TAH Physical Therapy can help. Call today for more information. 827-0354.
And welcome back to our coverage of high school football tonight. It's the Meadville Bulldogs hosting the Titusville Rockets, and you are inside the Kreiner Real Estate Warner Bakery pregame show. We're going to have the coin toss coming up in just a few moments and the start of the game. Our coverage will continue right after this.
At Donovan and Bauer Auto Group, all the local fall sports seasons are here. No matter if you're making that touchdown, running that extra mile, scoring that winning goal, making that putt for birdie, or slamming down that setter spike, the team at Donovan and Bauer Auto Group is a proud supporter of all the fall athletics in Titusville and the surrounding area. Doing your best is a team effort, and the team here at Donovan and Bauer attempts to give the best effort to our customers day in and out, just like all the local athletes. Have a safe and memorable 22 fall sports season to all the local teams and athletes. When you have the time, visit us on our website at donovanbauer.com and score that winning deal.
Oil Creek Plastics has provided quality, service, and integrity to their customers and community. Their talented and committed employees strive to deliver to their clients the best products that are American-made. In that spirit, our high school athletes show commitment to their school and community, excelling at every event. In these times of uncertainty, community comes together. Oil Creek Plastics is proud to support the Titusville Rockets and continue traditions that are made in the USA.
Stream Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of Titusville Rocket Sports on Stream TV.
And welcome to Bender Field for tonight's matchup between the Meadville Bulldogs and the Titusville Rockets. It's going to be a beautiful night tonight. We are looking at mostly cloudy conditions. Low 70s right now, heading into the upper 60s throughout the evening. We wrap up the Kreiner Real Estate Warner's Bakery pregame show. Luke Rio along with Jim Bodemer to bring you play-by-play. Shane Ream is going to break down the plays tonight, and Joe Roddy's down on the field with the wireless mic. And we're going to be getting the coin toss here in just a moment. Guys, welcome to week 4 of high school football.
You know, I'm sitting here watching the band, and I thought of our son Steve, who you're sitting in for tonight, was a football player. He still doesn't like the band because he never saw it. He missed that part of the show. Now, here you sit, so I'm going to put you on the spot. Did you miss the halftime shows?
Every single one of them. We didn't get to watch.
Did you care?
I did not care. We had bigger things going on than watching the show. But I got to say, you have friends and people that you want to see watch and
Sure.
support. But you're in there trying to make adjustments and tending to any injuries that you might have. So it's not. It's definitely not a priority to watch the marching band. But I will say something that they do that's more and more common is football players participating in the band.
Yes.
So I don't know how they find the time or how that works out, but you'll go to some teams and you'll see the football player or two out with the marching band.
Well, I was blaming my son for being an idiot, so I can't now because there's 2 of you. Well, maybe there's 2 idiots. I don't know. But
just smack them, Shane.
It might be every single football player.
I think it is. Get on the field. Toss of the coin.
All right, gentlemen, one last time. We don't know what the winner of the toss was. Titusville has won the toss. Chose to receive. Mead's going to kick this way. But before we line them up, I need your guys' help. Tell your receivers, ball carriers, make sure you get the ball to one of the officials. Don't just leave the ball on the ground. All right, help us. All right, so white, we're going to go this way. Black, we're going to go this way. And I'm going to signal receiving this way.
Okay, well, we always talk a little bit, Shane, about from a coaching perspective, what's your choice? Why would you want to make a decision to receive or play defense? Titusville has chosen to receive, maybe hoping they can get something going, get on the board.
It's all about setting the tone. Depending on your philosophy, sometimes you want the defense to set the tone, and sometimes you think you can take one and score points early and set the tone offensively. But either way, you're trying to send a message to the other team and something for your team to build on for the rest of the game.
One of the things that we always kind of watch on, especially in a close ball game, if you receive, then if you have the ball the last possession of the first half, you're going to get it. If you're the kicker, you're going to get it in the first possession of the second half. So there's about an 8-minute quarter in there that could be very critical. And Titusville has chosen to take the ball, which means Meadville will receive in the halftime. So it's a very important decision. It's not something just to throw out there.
No, not at all. Not at all. And, I mean, again, from my coaching philosophy, my standpoint is I like to let the defense set the tone, and I always like getting the ball back to start the second half.
Yeah. Well, that's what's going to happen. Titusville sends 3 back, waiting for the kick, and we'll get this game underway from Bender Field, Titusville and Meadville. The kick's going to go down the middle of the field, and check that on the left side. Comes across to 20 to 25. Kicks out to about the 32-yard line, I guess it would be. Titusville will put it in play first down and 10 at the 32. Well, we'll see what happens here offensively and defensively as we get underway. Shane?
Yep. It's always the get the butterflies out of your stomach moment on both sides.
Yeah. How long does that take?
Until you hit the first person on the other side.
There you go. I'm by it.
And that was Landon Wolfkill that returned that, who's just back from injury. So it's a good way to get him into the game early.
Ball's given off the first man coming through. He's met about the line of scrimmage. No gain. Good hit out there for the backers. That would be Jackson Coble, I believe, on the carry.
Taking a look at the starting lineup for the Meadville defense. Newcomer Nick Williams at corner. Seasoned veteran Ryan Reichel at safety. Of course, Kalon Simmons at corner.
Titusville stacks 2 on the right side. Coble's going to run to the outside, and a good play by the defensive back. Flag out there in the play, probably holding, but who's that defensive back come up quick, Shane?
That would be Kalon Simmons. And number 26 is Brighton Anderson, outside linebacker. Outstanding younger outside linebacker for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, he didn't get himself in any shape at all. I thought we were going to be able to catch him, and we were unable to do so, but the flag is against Meadville. Maybe a face mask, possibly?
Let's see what the referee signaled.
Yeah, I did not see it. Yeah, it is face mask.
It's a good call.
So Titusville will take over at their own 47, first down and 10. Rockets will send 2 to the left. Put a wing left. Titusville stacking the receivers on the left side. Cole brothers in the backfield. Here comes Jackson across the side. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Good coverage out there by Simmons and I believe Reichel?
Reichel. Yep. Nice hit by Reichel.
One of the things you'll find I'm very good at is changing names for people.
Yeah, that is easy to do.
It is for me.
See Reichel spots that ball coming across the middle. That is what a safety is supposed to do.
Titusville second down and 10, no gain on the play. Rib goes wide left. We stack 2 on the right side. Got a wing left for Titusville. There's a double pass. Jackson Colville has the ball knocked down. Good play by defense. We had a double pass. We did have a man open on the far side. I don't know if he could have got it to him, and also one downfield here at about the 35, but nothing happened.
See the Meadville corner playing up. Simmons trying to get back in coverage. Maybe caught a break with the pass deflection there.
I'm surprised they called that quick in the game.
Got to try to catch him off guard.
Yeah. Yep. Titusville now will send 2 to the left side. Johnson far left. Coble in the slot left, I believe it is. Brock rolls to his left, looking downfield. Throws it up short and behind Burley. Goes incomplete to bring up a, let's see, that'd bring up a 4th down?
It's 4th down and 10.
4 and 10, yes. So Titusville will have to kick it away for the first possession. They got a first down via the penalty, but unable to pick up the yardage to keep it going. Simmons will go back deep for Meadville, stand back at about his own 16. Long will be doing the kicking for Titusville.
It'll be interesting to see if Titusville is willing to kick to Simmons. In the open field, he's pretty dangerous.
Good snap. They kick it to Simmons. He takes it at about the 20, comes out across the 30, the 35, gets a good wall. 50, 45, he's down to the 40, cuts back inside. Oh, he missed the tackle. He's over at the 30 on the far side, 20, 15, 10, and Simmons will take it in. Somebody told me he was pretty dangerous. Somebody knew.
He's pretty dangerous in the open field, and a lot of a lot of teams on the scouting report, they see that, and he's not been kicked to quite as much, these last couple of years.
There's some pretty bad tackling here for Titusville, and they got around to 40 here. I thought we may have him right in here. Looks like we had a couple guys right there for him. In fact, we had 5 guys there. A couple jukes, and away he went. You can't miss him. You get a shot like that, you got to make it. Extra point attempt. Snap, kick is up, and the kick is good. 10:25 left to go in the first period. Meadville first on the board. What was that, about 68 yards or so?
About that, yes. Yep.
Good run back by Sims. So Titusville now will get a chance to do it again, and we'll see what they can do this second time around. Down 7-0. Good start for Meadville. Not a good start for Titusville.
No, but they'll be trying again. We'll see if they can get that offense.
Can you come back? Yeah, exactly.
I think that's 3 games in a row now that Titusville's given up a big play early on.
Yeah, and that one I thought was just bad concentration on Titusville's part. You got to contain, you got to stay in your lanes, and once you got out to the outside, you knew they had great wall blocking down here in front of their bench. I mean, there was no way you're going to touch them for about 30 yards, Joe. And when you had the chance, we missed it.
Yeah, and they had, it looked like several chances to try to wrap him up there, but Kalon is very shifty and extremely fast runner. He's going to be hard to tackle once he gets ahead of speed on him.
Yeah, I've never seen anybody go down with an arm.
No.
You got to get the body into him, and we threw a couple arms out there, but the kickoff is going to go down to the far side and into the end zone. It'll come out. Titus will put it in play first down. So we'll see if Titus can get something going. Meadville 7-0 here. They haven't touched it offensively yet. Just a punt return.
Early into the game.
Is Simmons, we talked before we went on the air, Shane, about kids playing multi-sports. Is he a multi-athlete, do you know?
He is a multi-athlete. He plays basketball, where I think he features prominently, and he's outstanding track and field athlete as well.
I was wondering about track.
3rd place in the long jump this past spring.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did.
Good for him. Cole up across the left side. Maybe pick up a yard or 2. Out of curiosity, how far did he jump, you know?
I can't tell you the exact number. I know it was a personal best for him. I want to say over 23 feet. I'll have to look that one up, but he did place 3rd. I don't exactly. It might have been even 24 feet. I know he was getting out there pretty far.
I got 21 in high school, but I had a good tailwind.
They don't count that in the long jump. That's in the 100. They might add a few seconds to your time.
2nd down 9 for Titusville. Brock rolls to his right, looking over the middle. He's got a man trying to go deep. He overthrows to the 50. Not sure what he was looking at there. But brings up a 3rd and 9 for Titusville. Just underway here at Bender Field. 9:34 to go in the ball game. Check that in the first quarter. 7-0 Meadville by virtue of the punt return. Well, we'll see what Titusville has now for a 3rd down 9 play. Jackson Culver will come wide right. Ross will come over with him. They'll split. Culver in the slot. Brock Culver rolls to his right. Still rolling. Throws up short. Intercepted at the 30. 20 down to the 15 and knocked down there by Culver. Flag on the play.
Looked like the flag came in after the play was over. So
yeah, it was late flag.
Yeah, that'll definitely be on the return.
Yeah. Did you see it, Joe?
It looked like maybe a block in the back.
Yeah, it is. Nice call. Block in the back, so that'll move it back. But it'll still give Meadville 1st down. With possession. So we'll get to see the offense for Meadville for the first time this evening. And takes it out to about the 33-yard line, where it'll be first down 10 Bulldogs. Meadville lines up in the double wing. Ball's given off to first man through. Big gain, almost 10.
It's the old trap to the fullback. Brady Walker.
For those of you who don't follow Meadville football, Walker is a senior, 5'9", 200. Big lad.
I think you're going to get your first look at Cologne.
Yes. Simpson goes wide, cuts back, out across the 15, down around the 10. First wide play, and cuts back nicely against the grain. Picks up the first down. It'll be first and goal from the 10. You got your flag with you, Joe?
My flag?
Well, yeah, we always gave Bill a yellow flag. Didn't he get that when you were up here?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, then I guess we're not going to have any luck down there.
Oh.
First down and 10. Pitch back, cut back, and driving straight ahead. That's number 21, Imani Lewis. And he takes it down to the 5. Be second and goal from the 5, I believe.
I'd like to see even the quarterback blocked on that one. Pitch back, and he turned around and went and made a block.
Yeah.
Quarterback leads to the hole.
That's impressive.
Well, I don't know if you guys old enough to remember the old-fashioned single wing. Student body right, student body left. That's what you get when you throw a quarterback in there to block out with you. Fumble and recovered by Meadville. Brings up third down and goal. Yeah, Greenville used to run that all the time, if you recall, and man, they just run 11 guys at you every play, right, left, up the middle.
I remember that being very hard to stop.
Yeah, it was very difficult. That's basically what you get now when you have a couple guards pulling, quarterbacks in there with you, fullback leading. Wing right for now, 2 in the back. Ball's given off to Simmons, going to cut across the 5 into the end zone for a touchdown. Simmons picks up the second score for Meadville, his second touchdown, 13-0 Meadville. Very impressive. They moved the ball quite well on us. So Meadville now will attempt the extra point. Snap, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. 7:23 to go, first quarter, 14-0 Meadville. So pretty much what we talked about before the game started, Shane. Will Titusville be able to contain the outside game and the running game? So far, no. The guards are pulling. Everything's happening deep in Titusville's secondary.
Yeah, and you know, it's not just been Titusville. Meadville has a really, really strong running game, as we were discussing earlier.
Yeah.
And now, you know, for Titusville's standpoint, it's going to be gut check time, and you know, how do we respond to them scoring 2 quick touchdowns and really being able to run what they want seemingly at us right now. So it'll be interesting to see Titusville's response both on defense and as they get their next possession.
New coaching staff for Titusville this year, Shane. On the Meadville side, a couple new coaches?
They have added a few new coaches on the staff. A longtime coach, Coach Motto, retired this season. So they've had a new coach to replace him and keep that offensive line going, which is something. And remember Coach Borg, I think, is helping out from former Maplewood head coach.
From Maplewood, yeah.
Yeah. Which has been a great addition.
We picked up another Maplewood coach. So those guys know each other pretty well.
I'm sure, and you know, it's good to see the talent spreading around, you know, our community and our county, taking over some of these jobs and getting these teams back to where they're used to being.
Titus takes the kickoff, brings it back to, where are they spotting there, 27 or so? That's what Titusville will put it in play, first down and 10.
We were talking to some folks earlier in the week from Franklin because they have Oil City. That's their backyard rivalry tonight, right?
Yes, it is.
Titusville, Meadville, we've had these. We were talking to the crew down there and saying these kids today, I don't think they really understand what we always consider those big rivalries.
There are just some teams that you get fired up to play. And again, I don't know if it's, as we talked about, the realignment of the district and how some of that's been lost. And then you see these teams and these kids aren't familiar with the rivalry. The coaches are and the fans are, but the kids don't really get it. And so I think some of that intensity that you see, that you would have seen, a few years back has been lost to that.
Koval runs to the left side. He's going to pick up the first down across the 40, knocked out of bounds at about the 45. It was a first down and 5, a penalty on Meadville for crossing the line of scrimmage before the snap earlier. So Koval, though, picks up about 10 or 12 yards from the play. The ball will be brought out to the 46-yard line.
And Meadville looked like had a chance in the backfield there and missed that. Someone's going to maybe hear about that tomorrow morning in the film room.
Titusville now will send Johnson wide left and slot left and wing right. Brock gives it off the first man coming across the outside. It's Jackson Koval out across the 50 down to the 49 of Meadville. Pick up of about 6 on the play, bring up a second and, maybe 5. Second and 5.
Shane, you played at Allegheny.
Yes.
How big of a difference from high school into even Allegheny?
It's a pretty big difference. The first notable difference between the two is just how much you're involved with the football team and how much the football team is involved with you. Every part of your life is football, whether it's weightlifting or film sessions, and that's not just in the season. During the season, that's in the off season you have study groups. You have weightlifting, you have team meetings, so it's an all-season, all-year-long thing, and in the summer you're expected to carry it on with yourself. So the big first difference is how much you're involved with the program.
Koval on the carry, brings up a third down and 3. Titusville has the ball at the Meadville 47. With 5:56 left to go in the first quarter. Best drive so far for Titusville. Looking downfield, man over the middle, pass complete to Stearns. Stearns breaks up one tackle across the 30, knocked out of bounds at about the 28. Good pass and catch, run for Titusville. Did a good job of blocking Titusville. I'm surprised they did a good job of giving him some time. Adam and I were talking, Shane, before the game that we seem to roll him out a lot, and a lot of it's because our line is so small, but that time straight drop back, he had a lot of time to throw.
Yes, he did, and I noticed that a few times that the pass rush wasn't quite getting there. One thing you don't want to do is allow him to have that time. And
young Koval out across the 30. He'll pick up maybe 2 on the play, bring up a second down and 8. Jackson Koval is a sophomore, his brother Brock a senior. Second down and 8 for Titusville. The ball was spotted at the 28 at Meadville. Well, we talked about, talked about how would Titusville respond. So far it's been pretty good. Even though they're down 14, they've come out very positive in this drive.
Good play calling, good execution on their offense, and again, the offensive line doing their job, doing their part.
Mung in motion, cuts it back, pick up a couple maybe. Get it close to the 27, maybe just 1 on the play.
We'll have to see if Meadville dials up a blitz package, because it's mostly just been the defensive line trying to get through, and I haven't seen a lot of blitzing yet from Meadville. So we'll see if they're willing or able to do that.
Rib goes wide to the left. Mung's in, or check that, Stearns in the slot left. Koval looking to throw over the middle, passes in and out. Oh, it's intercepted, but on one knee, but nonetheless intercepted right through the hands of the receiver and the safety right where he belongs.
That's going to be his second interception of the night.
Yep.
Young Bryton Anderson.
one of the things that can really stop a drive quick, penalties and turnovers. I know sometimes, and I may be way out of line here, I'm not a football coach, never have been, but you wonder sometimes if I'm going to have to give the ball up, would I rather punt it than turn it over? You know, and right now we've had 2 turnovers that affected the game.
Absolutely.
And a punt.
And a punt.
Yeah. Well, Meadville has the ball, first down and 10. They're at their own 18. Man in motion. Ball's getting off to Walker coming across. He broke through the 25 to 30. Still powerful. Up to the 34-yard line. Big hole. Put Simmons in motion. That drew some people away, and Walker just busted right up the middle.
Yeah, that's when Meadville can be difficult to to stop. It's who's getting the ball? They're all running hard.
Yeah, nice block.
Picks up a very good block from Rowan Woodrow. Check that. Justice Esser.
Excuse me?
The lineman who made that block.
Pitch back to Simmons, goes to the outside, cut across the 40, the 45, 50. He's loose. 40, and nobody's going to get him. Simmons in for his 3rd score of the evening. 64 yards, and just like that, 3-touchdown lead.
Simmons is very difficult to tackle in the open field. It's almost, I don't know how to explain it. You certainly can't, we talked about it earlier, try to tackle him with arm tackles. He will break that every single time.
He sees the field well. That first 5 yards is the end of it. He just, and then he has the speed that you talked about on top of that. So, extra point attempt. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. 20-0 with 3:35 to go. First quarter here at Bender Field. And the Bulldogs showing us why they're 3-0. As Titusville had a good drive going, but the interception and took Meadville, 3 plays? I believe 3 plays or something like that to go about 80 yards.
Yeah.
Speed kills.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
What did you play football at? What position?
I was a running back also.
Speed?
I would like to think so.
Hey, Joe, do you have a story about Shane?
Well, I just, I would follow the Allegheny football team because Jeremy Snyder was on the team, and I know they were pretty potent there for a while. I'd read the stats, and Jeremy Snyder was a real good running back for Titusville. Still holds the single-season rushing record, and I'd see the stat lines, and Shane would have about 150 yards, and Jeremy would have 40, but 3 touchdowns. So. It was. So
Shane set him up, and Jeremy got the TDs.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Yeah.
Yep. Wow. Yeah. Jeremy was an amazing athlete. Loved watching him play. Loved playing with him. Didn't like playing against him so much.
Yeah.
But
he's in Canada coaching, isn't he?
Oh, he's a GM.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know what he's doing right now, but I know he was. The interim GM for a while for one of the Canadian Football League teams.
The last that I'd heard from of him, was that he was doing something with the Chicago Bears, but that was
he was in the Bears
ago.
front office for quite some time, and then I think he got into scouting and then into the front office. I think he was the assistant for a while, and then he was the temporary GM. And, still doing real well, still involved in the sport.
Titusville has a first down and 10 at their own 30 after the kickoff. Brock looking to throw. Still looking to throw. He's going to roll outside. He's not going to get outside. He's going to be sacked back at about the 16. 17-yard line. Now they're going to move it back out now to the 20 where contact was first made. So a loss of 10 on the play. Second down and 20.
Shane, do you see Journey Brown at all?
That was Journey that just came over here.
Was it?
Just now, yeah. He was... He's here somewhere running around, but he just ran over and said hello, and so he's here tonight.
Well, that's a case too, where again the county and Northwest Pennsylvania roots for the guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
and he's such a nice guy.
Yeah, that's the thing that there's a deep ball, and just overthrows down to 40. It's a well-thrown ball, just overthrew the receiver. That's one of the things that I read about Journey is we know he's an athlete, but the number of times you would see comments about what a nice guy he is. You like to see him. A great representative of Western PA, Penn State. Just very good.
Absolutely. Journey's my nephew, and it's amazing to see what a great young man he's turned out to be. Football, was awesome for him, but the thing that really stands out is just how he treats other people, and that's the thing you want to see rub off on other people, and I think that he has that positive impact on everybody that he's around.
Hey, that's because he looked up to you.
He has a lot of good people to look up to, and very strong family, but and that's a tradition that he carries, and again, everyone that he meets in the community,
What was it? A couple of years ago, we did the playoff game with Oil City, and I think even all the Oil City players ran over to him, and he talked to everybody.
Every one of them.
Except for Fiorello. He just completely avoided Mike, but that's a different story.
I think he went the other way when he saw him.
Titusville with the 4th down 17. They had to punt it away. The kick was off the side of Moan's foot, and it will be spotted right about the Titusville 47.
Looked like that was a little bit intentional, too. I don't know that was all off the side of the foot.
Yeah, get it away. You're probably right, Joe. Titusville now is going to have to step it up. They're down 20 already here in the first quarter, 1:46 to go. And
Shane, are you doing any coaching still, or?
I do coach. I coach the Meadville Middle School football program. Been there. This is my 9th or 10th season coaching with the middle schoolers, and I like that group of kids. Those are the kids that I teach, and I like building that relationship with the kids before school starts and on the football field. It helps transition into the school year.
Simmons going to throw. He's got a man going deep. He's there, and who has it?
The receiver comes down with it.
Wow, nice catch. Really nice catch.
Wow.
That was Nick Williams. I was watching him in the warm-ups catching one hand all the time. He went right up over the top and brought that ball down.
Wow. Yeah, nice extension there.
Good position by Titusville. Just got outplayed.
Oil Creek Plastics with their replays.
1st and goal from the 7 for Meadville. Simmons gets it off to the tailback, checking straight through, and that would be
Brady Walker.
No, that's Walker?
Yep.
Okay. Walker gets the touchdown, so 26-0. Meadville with 1:26 to go here in the first quarter. How do you pronounce the kicker's name?
Oliver. Let's see here.
Let me get it to
Oliver.
Peoria?
Yeah, I think you got it there. Yeah.
Close enough. I'll apologize ahead of time to his family.
I will too, because I know Oliver very well. He actually played for me in the middle program and took some time off and played soccer. And I think he still plays soccer and kicks for the football team.
26-0, 1:26 to go here in the first quarter. In your middle school program, do you get a sheet or a playbook or different things from Coach Collins that tells you what he wants you to do down at that level, or are you much free? You have some freedom.
We do both sort of, and Coach is great about giving us some liberty to try to get our kids into positions where they can be successful.
Yeah.
'Cause every year the kids are different when they come through, and sometimes the varsity offense works very well with what we have talent-wise, and then other years it's like, well, we don't have the athletes right now to run that offense, so we have to make a switch. But fundamentally, we teach the philosophy. The blocking is basically the same. It's just how we go about doing it formationally. to get those same goals. So the kids are ready for the varsity level. We hope when they leave us and move up to 9th grade.
Squib kick down the middle, and it's going to be picked up at the 25 and knocked out of bounds at the 28. Good coverage for Meadville. Titus will have a first down and 10 at about the 28-yard line.
So I have a son who plays soccer, and we were actually here last Saturday. And it's funny because a couple of the Titusville kids played on the Meadville team over the summer. So you talk about like the rivalries, right? The parents are separated. Well, this year it was like, well, we know that kid on the other team. Oh, he's such a nice kid. Oh, and they're so nice. And slowly, like, parents would start merging a little bit.
It's good to see that camaraderie.
No, it's not, Shane. We want division.
we want fighting every play.
Competition. No, I'm joking.
No, I say it's good, but at the same time, you still, and maybe that drives you to want to beat those people more because you know them and they're your friends, but you want to be the best and have those bragging rights.
Titusville puts McDonald at quarterback, and they run Brock Colville out of the slot. But no gain. Actually, there's a loss of about 5 on the play. Try to go around the backside. Ian McDonald will be the quarterback. That's a switch I wasn't anticipating, Joe.
No, that's a bit of a surprise to me too, but it's probably good to get him some experience. And Koval was a really good receiver and runner last year, so maybe they're trying to get him worked into the offense a different way.
McDonald rolls to his left, nothing there. He throws it out of bounds. Brings up the 3rd down and 15.
McDonald does throw a really nice football, though, so he's likely going to be the varsity starter next year, so maybe getting him some snaps is not a bad thing.
Wireless Mike tonight brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Bayless Fuel Service. Good crowd tonight.
15, huh?
Good crowd tonight.
Yeah, good crowd, both sides. Shane and I were talking about the following Meadville has this year, and he asked about Titusville. There's a decent crowd over there for Titusville. McDonald rolling to his right, and he's going to be sacked. Brought down inside the 20 at about the 17. Had to bring up another kick situation for Titusville. We'll see if this one goes off the side of the foot, Joe. As you were mentioning.
Yeah.
Probably won't be kicking to the receiver. Is that Kalon? How do you
Kalon.
Kalon Simmons.
Seems pretty comfortable on the clock run out here.
First quarter ends, 26-0 Meadville. And we'll be back with second quarter action right after these messages.
Signature here. Oh, and one last thing.
What's with the chainsaw?
Oh, well, service may be slowed due to network interference.
Network interference?
Yeah, well, maybe if you cut down some of these trees, you can finally get a decent cell signal, which is how you get internet now. Good luck.
Read the fine print. Only Armstrong delivers fast and reliable internet right into your home on a network built specifically for the internet. Zoom from Armstrong.
Let's say I have an internet issue. Do you offer in-home support?
That would be fee.
You did say free, right?
That's a fee.
Free?
Fee.
So do I pay for in-home support or do I not pay for in-home support?
Correct.
Read the fine print. Only Armstrong provides all our customers with free local support and service, in-home, by telephone, or one of our local stores. Zoom from Armstrong.
And we're set to go, 4th down punt, and Titusville will kick it off to the right side, but it's picked up by Simmons at the 48 of Titusville. He's out across the 45, the 40, coming back the other side, breaks down one tackler, gets inside the 30, and they'll bring him down at about the 20-yard line. Titusville will pick it up, 1st down and 10 for Meadville. So 1st down 10 Meadville from the Titusville 21-yard line as they lead 26-0 going into the second quarter. How important, you got a ball club here with Meadville that's playing very well this season, not just this game. How important it is as a coach, Shane, to get it up to 35 and get a fast clock to try to protect your players and so on?
You do want to do that. If you're able to do that, obviously you want to. You want to make sure everyone's healthy going into the next week.
Sure.
And
well, so many times people see that handoff and good play by Titusville's defense coming up and making the hit. Let me grab my program here. I don't have 51, so. But a good defense.
Tanner Tarr is 51.
Tarr? Thank you.
Caleb Brunst was in on that, too.
I think I gave you the good sheets, Joe. I can't read anyway, Joe. Music teachers, you know.
Yeah.
Second down and 11. Ball's the Titusville 22. Ball's given off to first man through, right up across the middle, across the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown. Wow, big hole, good blocking downfield. That's the thing, the linemen are getting into the second tier so easily. And
yeah, when that happens, you're going to have trouble with
big trouble.
Yeah.
They seem to run a lot of misdirection too, so it's
yeah,
kind of hard to pick up who's got the ball initially, and so you're half a step behind to begin with.
Yep.
Again,
we've always had trouble with misdirection plays for the last couple of years, and I don't know what it is. You just snap and the kick is up, and the kick looks good. So it'll be 33-0 here in the first half of play, 10:59 to go. Yeah, that misdirection just kind of messes us up. It's especially if you run with a good fake and you have a Walker, you have a Simmons. What's the other young man's name? The back.
Lewis.
Lewis.
Amari
yeah.
Lewis.
And if you fake to him, you got to play them honest. And of course that opens up something else. And Meadville does it well.
Who do you key on?
Not playing it well. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the question is who do you key on, because any one of them can do a lot of damage to your team. Just going back really quickly to the getting the clock running thing. It's one of those things too, but you want to do that, but the starters want to stay in, and now you're thinking get them out and keep them safe, but they want to stay in and play, and make for some interesting dialogue on the sidelines.
Oh, I'm sorry, Coach. I didn't mean to drop that. Well, we had a touchdown. I know, Coach. I dropped it. I'm sorry.
A few more plays and I'll get it.
Yeah, that's right.
Just a few more.
Kickoff coming. Titusville puts 3 back. Home in the middle. We'll see where they kick. And it's going to go to the far side. Picked up at the 5. Out across the 10, the 20. Breaks to the outside. And down at about the 24-yard line. Titusville will put it in play first down and 10 at that spot. Joe, do you have a 10 in your program for Titusville?
Well, let me double check. No, I do not, but I have 2 11s.
Pick one, huh? Yeah, it's what I have too. So
is that Connor Shoemaker Carpin, maybe? 'Cause I'm pretty sure 11 is Braden Johnson.
No, it was not Brady. It might have been Shoemaker Carpin. Titusville first down and 10, straight up the side. That's the left side of the offensive line. Pick up of about 4 or so. Decent game. We've got Coble back at quarterback this series. Give him 3, second down and 7.
Connor.
We've got some big guys up front. We'll go through that here at some point. Football games are won in the trench. You got to have the trenches, and especially there goes Brock rolling to his right. Oh, look at his speed. Goes downfield and it goes incomplete, out of bounds. Especially if you get into the playoff situation, the trenches are critical to beating the better teams. At least that's what I think.
No, there's not a running back out there that wouldn't tell you that that's that those guys deserve equally, if not more, credit for any success that you have. And Meadville's done a good job with this particular line. It's senior heavy, but they do a good job on both sides of the ball of really trying to control the trenches.
Third down play, Titusville. And Brock just throws it over to the bench. Get rid of it. I think that was more of a frustration throw. He had several black jerseys in his face. They may throw the flag also on this.
Yeah, it looked like he stayed in the pocket on that play, and you can hear the fans barking at the refs, and now the refs are talking, but
yeah, he didn't get out of the tackle box. But is that a high school rule too, the tackle box?
It is. It is. The question is, was the receiver, are they going to roll the receiver in play? And it does not look like they are.
And, now they throw the flag.
Yeah, there's no receiver over this way. I'm not surprised. Not that it makes any difference. It's a fourth down. It'll make some yardage difference, but it was a fourth down play anyway, but coming up, so the loss is down.
It puts Titusville back in that predicament of punting to Cologne back there.
So illegal grounding against Titusville, lost it down, and penalty. Brings up a fourth down. The ball is at about the 20-yard line. 20, maybe 22-yard line now. I think it's set to go. Mung will be doing the kicking for Titusville. Cologne Simmons standing back at about his 40-yard line. Mung can kick the ball well if he gets time. Ball hits the 50 and it's going to roll to the right side. Out of bounds at about the 38-yard line of Meadville. Meadville put it in play 1st and 10 at the 38. Joe, you come up with a solution here to help out, or is just this is what it is?
No, this is what it is. I think this team needs to take some lumps and learn from it, and I think this Titusville team's another year, maybe 2, from really competing. So just do your best, and you know,
it's a learn situation.
Yeah, it's a life lesson.
Yep. Well, we can go into a long talk about that. Shane is the principles you lose, crying out loud. It's easy for me to say, isn't it? The principles and the things that you learn in sports, applying them to your studies, to your life, to now your case, to your teaching, invaluable.
Absolutely. You really learn a lot about life. You learn about yourself. And I think you learn how to interact, more importantly with other people. And, I encourage every single kid that I come across to, it doesn't have to be a sport. It certainly doesn't have to be football, but just to do something, to get out, to interact with other people, and to learn how to be a good citizen.
The extracurricular activity that are provided in the systems are very critical. That was Young, I believe. Is that the right? Did I get the right call there? Number 45. Is that 45, Joe?
I didn't see who it was.
Okay.
But yeah, this is where your attitude is made. Yep. You got a lot of adversity. Can you continue to play hard, play within yourself, and not get frustrated? Not take it out on a player when you do make a tackle. So
Simmons drives it down to the goal line. Wow. Yeah,
that one might be coming back with a flag.
That's just what Shane and I were talking about. The things that you learn. Yeah, there's a flag on the play holding. But that's just some of the things you learn when you're involved in athletics. And the intangibles, I call them, but they're very, very important.
Absolutely. And character building is absolutely crucial. Especially,
you teach 8th grade history, you said?
Yes.
That's kind of the protoplasm trying to become human age group, and that's what I taught 8th graders also. I really enjoyed them.
He said that about me on the way over, Shane, so don't.
But I thoroughly enjoyed teaching that age group. They're just very honest, but the things that the intangibles we were talking about that you try to teach them, very, very critical. And I think sports have a long way. All activities in the school, extracurricular, go a long way in helping that whole process.
Absolutely.
First down in a bundle for Warren, Meadville, Titusville. All of a sudden, my mind went somewhere else. I was trying to see what was happening out there. We got some substitutions going on out there for Meadville in some areas, I believe. Who was that Walker that just ran?
Walker ran it there in that their spread look with Klon at quarterback. Walker at the tailback.
Ball's at the Titusville 29-yard line. Yeah, Klon is at the quarterback spot. Second series for him there. Doubles both ways now. Man in motion, left to right. Ball's given to the motion man. Coming across the right side, gets a seal block. Up to the 20, 15, 10, touchdown. Yeah.
And
that's the wideout. And
Nick Williams.
Nick Williams, and
it's another
Got
flag.
another flag, yeah. I'm guessing a block in the back.
Yeah, I didn't see the flag. I was busy watching Williams. He's not real slow either.
No, he's got game-breaking speed as well.
It is coming back. The flag is at the Titusville 7. So the penalty will occur from that spot. So Meadville will still have good field position. They'll be at the Titusville 17. First down, and check that, second down. And about 7 or 8 for Meadville at the Titusville 18.
And number 10 checks in for the Rockets, and that is Connor Shoemaker-Carpin.
Thank you. Yep. Two to the left, single, doubles to the right for Meadville. Man in motion. Ball's given off to the tailback coming across the left side, inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line. Is that Lewis?
That was Brady Walker once again.
Was it? I'm having trouble seeing the numbers. Glad you're here, Shane. Just a big push by the offensive line.
One staying in at quarterback.
Doubles both sides for the Dogs, and first down, and Simmons right up the middle is in for the touchdown. $39-0. There was 7:47 to go in the first half. Meadville racking up the points here against the Titusville defense. Extra point attempt coming up. And they're going to go for the 2, and the pass is complete to Walker. Simmons, the holder, comes up with the pass for 2. 39-0 with 7:47 to go. So Meadville will be kicking off to Titusville once again, leading 41-0. Well, maybe as a former football player, you'll be able to enjoy the halftime show a little better now.
I will look forward to watching the marching band.
You heard me say a little bit ago I was a music teacher, so I pushed that a little bit. So.
Right? No, they do an amazing job, and they deserve to have their moment out here. They work very hard. They're very, very talented. I don't get to watch them every day, but I do hear them because our practice field is right beside their practice field, so we can hear the music playing. It's great to.
It's just part of what football's about. Marching bands. I always swore if I ever was a billionaire, I would go to the Texas A&M and bring their band up to play. I love their band. But
well, I think during 2020 with COVID, I think there was an appreciation for the cheerleaders, the band, all the other elements. It just wasn't the same.
It definitely was not, and you miss those things, and you maybe don't realize it as a player, but it's definitely a big part of the experience.
How are the fans doing, Shane, traveling? Are they traveling well?
They are traveling well. The opening game of the season was at Corey. I went to that myself, and I mean, almost what you see here is what made it up to Corey. And
wow.
Yeah, it was a good night for Meadville, and they've developed that following. With the success brings that, everyone sort of wants to see, and it's good to see the community get out and travel well.
Back split with Koval. Man in motion to the right is Mong. Brock throws back on the other side. Oh, there's a flag. Oh, no. I thought maybe one of the backs got there a bit early, but.
Yeah, it looked like it to me too, but guess not.
Well, it wasn't called anyway, Joe.
If it wasn't called, it didn't happen.
Oh, oh, okay. Second down and 10 at the Titusville 33 for the Rockets. Titusville send 2 to the right. One on the yes, wing right. Koval rolling to his right, looking downfield. Got being chased. Throws up short. Now the pass is complete. Caught out about enough for the first down, I believe. At the 43-yard line. 40.
Yeah, I didn't think he got his feet in bounds, but nice catch by Mong. Really catches the ball well.
We had 2 receivers in the area, and I thought he was throwing to the back receiver, but yeah.
Mong had that terrific catch week 1 against Franklin.
Yeah.
Kind of reached back and pulled it in. It was incredible.
Yeah, it was a very good catch. First down and 10, Titusville. It's out at the Titusville 43-yard line. Rockets will put 2 to the left. Wing left. Brock. Rolling to his left. Still rolling to his left. Going to go deep. He's got a man back there. Oh, didn't get there. Didn't get there. That was Blake Ross. I thought we had a possibility there, Shane.
He definitely had a step on the Meadville defender.
Yes, he did.
See what he did to get open. A spin move.
Pretty good ball moving to your left, throwing right. Good.
Yeah, that was a tough throw. He had a man coming out and bearing down on him, so that was a really tough throw to make.
Yeah, he didn't really get squared up.
We'll see if Titusville maybe goes back to that one.
Yeah.
Koval's done a really good job when he gets time to throw.
He's got a good arm. And he's pretty accurate, but you got to give him time. Koval now throwing deep. Got a man going deep and almost picked off again, but just under through a couple of steps. Again, we're behind him back at the 20. It's a pretty long ball.
A lot of credit to Meadville, though. They've their defensive backs have really done a good job.
Yeah, they're quick. So we're up now to a third down and 10. From the Rocket 43. Again, Titusville will send 2 to the left. Brock's rolling to his left, still rolling. Passes overthrown, trying to get it to Jackson Koval. Overthrows it to 50 and bring up a fourth down. And coach will bring in his punt team. In case you're wondering, the fast clock doesn't begin until second half, right?
I think so. I believe so. I believe that is the case.
Yeah. Punt goes out of bounds, and
very nice punt by Titusville there. Kicked it away and got it right out of bounds.
Yeah, he can kick. He gets the time and concentration. He's been punting pretty well this year for Titusville. The ball will be spotted at the 31-yard line of Meadville. First down and 10 Bulldogs. 6:57 left to go first half. 41-0 Meadville. It's been all Meadville. Titusville's had trouble getting an offense going, and even more trouble trying to stop the Meadville offense. They've been scoring rather quickly. Man in motion, motion man giving the ball out across the 35, driving to the 40-yard line. He missed maybe a yard shy of the first down. Bring up a second down 9. They pull.
Meadville's back to its traditional offense.
They pull their guards and almost that student body left we talked about.
Let's go, dude. Wall of blockers.
Yeah. Meadville wing left, bring the man in motion. Ball's given straight ahead to Walker. And he drives straight ahead. Boy, he drives hard. Out to the 49-yard line. He's a hard runner.
Really is. And Titusville doing a good job of rallying to him, getting the group tackle.
Yeah.
Always try to, as a coach, encourage the 11 guys to the football mentality on the defensive side.
Enough for the first down. First down and 10, Meadville at their own 49. 5:50 left here in the first half. Williams comes wide right, man in motion. Going right, looking deep, still looking deep. Got a man deep, and it is Nick. Pass is complete out to about the 22-yard line of Titusville. That was a good ball. Put my pages here. Nick Williams is a junior, 6'1", 172. He's got good size.
He's got good size and good speed, and
yeah.
Again, his hands are. He seems to catch everything.
Yeah, he does.
What are the off-season workouts like for these guys in the weight room?
They are. And we had a little conversation earlier about playing multiple sports. A lot of the guys do play multiple sports, but the guys who do not, they're in the weight room as soon as usually Coach Collins has them out there. The season's over on a Friday or a Saturday. They're in the weight room on the Monday, so they get right to it and stick with it throughout the year and through the winter and through the summer and in the fall. It seems like we're right back at it.
Well, you win championships in the off season.
Absolutely, and I think the big part for Meadville recently is getting the buy-in, getting those guys to really believe that, and they seem to have responded to that.
Yeah, and I think that's where Titusville's at now. We're trying to sell that mentality to the kids and take some time. Colin Simmons takes it down to the 5-yard line, first and goal from the 5.
Well, I think the other thing with that is even if you are playing another sport, still make time to get into the weight room. That's going to help you in that other sport as well.
Absolutely, and from what I hear, and I'm not there, but I hear that those guys that are playing other sports are still committed. They'll go early in the morning, they'll go after practice, but they do get their lifts in, and at the end of the day, they're still football players, regardless of what sport it is.
Pitch back to Walker, I believe it was, and he takes it in. Just about anything they want to do, Joe, is just right there for them.
Yeah, they're pretty much dominant. Line, skilled position players, special teams. Yeah, they're pretty much doing what they want.
47-0 with 4:07 to go as they line up for the extra point. Snap, placement, kick is up and the kick looks good. It is. 48-0 with 4:07 left to go in the first half.
You're going to need to give that kicker a break. His leg's going to get tired.
Yeah, this is I'm going to pull a muscle or something there. Yeah, I didn't, in all honesty, I didn't expect it to be like this early. I just didn't, I thought we'd play them a little bit better than we are, and I just, not that we I didn't come over with the intention that we would win. I come over with the intention that we would play them well, and we really haven't done that.
Yeah, I expected the passing game for the Rockets to be able to put something together and make some drives and maybe score some points, and they just really haven't been able to do that. Meadville's done a really good job. Anything that Titusville has caught has been in traffic, and they've also dropped a couple too. But yeah, I thought it'd be a little closer than this.
Wireless Mike tonight brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Bayless Fuel.
Does Meadville play multiple sets defensively? I mean, they play straight 4-3s, or
they play. I mean, their base set is a 4-3, but they do bring in some different packages, and you'll see. It's almost on cue when I mentioned the blitzing earlier. When they weren't doing it, they seem to throw in their blitz packages as well. So I'd like to think that they have multiple defenses that we use.
Titusville takes the kickoff, brings it out to the 25. They'll put it in play a first down and 10 at that spot. 4 minutes left to go in the first half. Yeah, it's really hard too, Joe, when you're out there playing hard and you're down 48 to keep yourself mentally up.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why I said earlier, you know, this is really will reveal whether you really are in it, you know, because it's incredibly hard to stay focused and stay up and give it 100%.
First down 10s, Titusville 2 to the left.
And on the other side of the ball, this this is really how good programs are built over time, because eventually we're going to see some of the younger kids get in here and get significant number of snaps in a varsity game. So those young kids that are coming up, they're going to have a real opportunity here, and I'm sure they have already throughout this year. So when it's their turn to start, they're going to be ready.
Yeah, you're always one play from playing, one down from playing, however you say that. And the younger kids just need to get the experience.
Good.
Second down, Titusville. Ball carrier comes across the right side and gets nothing. That would be Jackson Coble. Yeah, that's the hard thing about winning and losing. When you have a problem building your program and you've been losing games, to get yourself mentally up is very difficult. For Meadville, as we mentioned before, is being able to maintain the level that you're playing at right now with the target on your back, because you're going to get into McDowell's and McLean's and these schools that will be able to compete with you, and you've got to be ready to play that game. So Coach Collins gets put in a difficult position to try to keep his players there.
Absolutely, and I think he is just the right of blend of toughness and that personal relationship with the players that they're going to respect what he's telling them, and I think he knows obviously when it's time to be hard, and I've seen him have to be hard on the team, and some of the guys, but it's just a perfect mix of being able to do that to keep them focused. And to the guys' credit, they're a team who they want to come out and they want to do their best every night, and I think that's a responsiveness to the head coach.
That one was off the side of the foot.
Okay. Mung with a 4th down and 7 from the 30, kicks it out. I think it's going to be spotted at the Titusville 40, so a very short kick. Yeah, 45-yard line is where they're going to spot it. Yeah, and that's important on either side of the ball, losing or winning. That keeping that focus, keeping that attitude up. Like you said, Meadville comes in here, lets down on a team that's maybe 2-6 or whatever, and your perfect season goes down to 2 because you get a little cocky and somebody comes in here and whips on you.
Yeah. I think that happened a little bit to Alabama last weekend.
Possibly. Texas? Yeah, Texas and Alabama game. First down and 10 for Meadville at the Titusville 45-yard line with 2:28 to go in the half. Pitch back, going across the left side, breaks one tackle, drives through inside the 30. Wow, powerful run.
It's that power toss again with the quarterback leading up through the hole, helping out his guys, willing to block.
I'm hard of hearing, and I can hear them up here. Whack, whack, whack. They run hard. Titusville now defending, first down and 10. Whistle and timeout Titusville. 2:01 left to go in the half. It's 48-0 Meadville on top, and Titusville didn't have the personnel they wanted, I'm assuming, and they took the timeout. How long has Coach Coleman's been here?
I think he took over your 2013 season, maybe.
Okay. Bender Field in Meadville, Pennsylvania. Meadville Bulldogs, Titusville Rockets. Meadville putting a hurt on Titusville right now, 48-0 here in the first half. And of course, second half will be a fast clock. Once that fast clock gets kicked in, a little no chance coming back.
Yeah, there's, I've never seen a team come back from with the running clock or even make it close. I've seen them make it look closer than it is, but it's, that clock, it's been a difference maker since they put that rule in.
Yeah.
You just wait. No, just
I say that tonight, and then, they're.
Blake Ross is off the field for the Rockets. He's walking very gingerly, and his pads are off. I didn't see what happened to him, but he's going to be done for the day.
Huh. Well, there's been some hard hitting on both sides out there tonight, even though the score's very lopsided. As you say, you can hear it. And fans down here run the Meadville side, of course, and broadcasting from that side. And they get excited, and they enjoy their football.
Absolutely. It's always made it exciting to play here because the fans are so supportive, and you'll get a mother or a grandmother even that just is just crazy out here just cheering, and it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah, I remember calling a game when my son was playing down in Greenville. We talked about that. A kid named Joe Wazaluk come up from nowhere, 6'3", 190, free safety. Titus was running triple option, and Steve was quarterback. He got smacked, and my wife was home working at the house. I was broadcasting in Titusville. And Steve was unconscious for 30 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
The head.
Isn't he still unconscious?
He's still, that's my explanation of why he's the way he is now. But, so, it's... there's movement. That's going to cost him 5. But yeah, it's a very excitable game. I'm not too much into pros anymore, but I'm big into high school. I love to watch high school athletes. They're just playing because it's fun. And they're playing for the future, some of these kids too. So
absolutely. Try to explain to the kids that there's nothing. It'll never be like high school football. Playing under the lights with your friends and family. It's just never quite the same, no matter what level you're at.
Meadville driving the ball down inside the 15 to about the 12. See where they spot. Good counter. Joe's favorite play.
I like the flea flicker.
The old hook and ladder, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually do. I really love it when Titusville pulls out the double pass.
Oh, do you?
I've always liked that.
I was surprised they called it so early in the game tonight.
Yeah, I was too.
Pitch back to, I can see it in 21, I believe.
Yeah, 21.
And he's driving towards the end zone and not in. Close to the line.
Joe, you think we'll see that double pass again tonight?
No, I don't think we will.
Halftime here at Bender Field. Bulldogs lead the Rockets 48-0. We're bringing the sounds of the high school marching bands coming up after this timeout.
Like a good neighbor, your State Farm agent is there. And there. And now, there. Good Neighbor Connect is a secure virtual meeting tool exclusively for State Farm customers. It's simple to use, no signups, downloads, or plugins, and it helps you have the conversations you need with your agent at whatever distance you prefer. Ask your agent about meeting through Good Neighbor Connect today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hey, Joe, should I be seeing zeros?
What, on our 401k?
No, 0% is back. Dummy.
That's right, 0% is back on select models. And you know what else is back? Our inventory. Roll that beautiful drone footage.
So stop out and see us for 0% financing.
We're Donovan & Bauer on the Hightown Road in Titusville.
Let's say I have an internet issue. Do you offer in-home support?
That would be fee.
You did say free, right?
That's a fee.
Free?
Fee.
So do I pay for in-home support or do I not pay for in-home support?
Correct.
Read the fine print. Only Armstrong provides all our customers with free local support and service, in-home, by telephone, or one of our local stores. Zoom from Armstrong.
And welcome to the Goodwill Larry's Auto Service halftime show as we get set to bring you the sights and sounds of the Titusville High School Marching Band here at Bender Field.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Titusville High School Marching Band performing here at halftime. Our coverage will continue right after this. You are watching the Goodwill Larry's Auto Service halftime show. Our coverage will continue right after this timeout.
Hi, my name is Dr. Charlie Gates. I'm an orthopedic surgeon with Orthopedic Associates of Meadville, and I spend most of my time here at Titusville Area Hospital. I'm a general orthopedic surgeon. I perform wrist fracture surgery, ankle fracture surgery, and hip fracture surgeries. I do carpal tunnels and trigger fingers, knee arthroscopies, and shoulder arthroscopies. I look forward to serving the patients here in the hospital.
Whoever said,
"It's only a dog,"
never loved a dog. Our philosophy is simple. We treat every dog as if it were our own, and believe us, we spoil our dogs. When dogs are comfortable, they're happy. The Barking Lot in Titusville is ready to make your dog happy by offering grooming services, daycare, and boarding. Call today to schedule an appointment, or better yet, stop in and discover a stranger, crazier, quirkier group of dog lovers at the Barking Lot in Titusville.
Fat Chad's Brewing is Titusville's premier dining destination, offering fine dining served with a cold beverage and great conversation. Try our oiled derrick sirloin or railroad flat iron, or how about the TPD ribeye, Louis Lip strip steak, or Fat Chad's pork steak. Our pasta entries and sandwiches are just as popular. Try the garden pasta or the Asiago chicken, or get the Rocketeer burger or fish sandwich, all served with fresh cut fries. Come in Saturday nights for Wild Game Saturdays. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
And welcome back to the halftime show presented by Goodwill and by Larry's Auto Service. And now we'll bring you the sights and sounds of the Meadville High School Marching Band. Here's your Meadville High School Marching Band performing here at halftime. It's 48-0, second half action coming up as we wrap up our halftime show. The Goodwill, Larry's Auto Service halftime show. Second half action is coming up next.
Poppy's Equipment and Storage Rental in Pleasantville is committed to providing our customers with exceptional service while offering quality rental equipment. We offer competitive pricing and an array of equipment for you to get the job done and on time. Hosting an event? Poppy's can help with that too. We have tents, tables, chairs, heaters, generators, barbecues, and more. Need firewood or propane? No problem. Whether you're in construction or a weekend warrior, reach out to Poppy's about your next project needs. Poppy's Place on the Tynesta Road in Pleasantville. Since 1965, the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been dedicated to serving Titusville and surrounding communities. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that are still held to this day. He also believed in community and making Titusville the best place to live, work, and play. When you need us, we will be there for you, providing a dignified service at fair prices. This has been our foundation for 55 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street, Titusville. Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
And welcome back to Bender Field. 48-0 as we get set to start the second half of play. Our coverage of Rocket football this season made possible by these great sponsors. By Oil Creek Plastics. By Titusville Area Hospital. By Interstate Pipe and Supply. By State Farm Insurance. By Poppy's. By the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home. By Donovan and Bauer Auto Group. By The Barking Lot. By Fat Chad's Brewing. By Armstrong. By Kreiner Real Estate. By Warner's Bakery. By Goodwill. By Larry's Auto Service. By Corky's Pizza. And by the Titusville Beverage. Now getting ready to bring you second half action. Want to mention our entire crew here tonight. Camera operators Adam Bodemer and Cullen Rio. Jim Bodemer providing play-by-play. Shane Ream breaking down the plays tonight. Joe Roddy down on the field on the wireless mic, presented tonight by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Bayless Fuel Service. I'm Luke Rio. A beautiful week 4. Weather-wise, the streak continues.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have the good weather we've had over the past this year plus the other years.
I probably just jinxed it for next week, so I'll take responsibility for that.
Yeah, probably will be. Shane, and Joe, you can get involved in this too. The Bulldogs up 48-0. You're coming out in the beginning of the third quarter. You'd like to rest your starters, but you also want them to be able to come out of the locker room and get ready to play at least the first 4 or 5 minutes of this quarter. It's a mental thing coming out of the locker room. And so when people see the score 48-0, you put your starters back in, there's a reason for it.
Yes, there is. You usually want to, give your offensive starters one more series and maybe iron out some things that you think maybe need ironed out, make your adjustments that you need to make. You want to keep them fresh. You want to keep those guys into it. And then, at some point, sooner or later, it's time to start subbing them in and get some of the younger guys some experience and some opportunities to show what they can do.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think to some extent the coach has them primed and saying a lot of things that we said. This is when good long programs are built. Winning programs. You got to focus here, bear down. There's a lot of season ahead. Sometimes the kids these age can't see past the end of their nose. So, it's the coach's job to make sure they're focused.
Exactly, and we'll see what happens here. Kickoff's taken at the 15. Simmons comes out across the 30, the 35, the 40. Got blockers flag down. And Simmons will be not brought down. Check that, it's Walker, or Williams, excuse me. That 7 looks like a 1 to me. It's going to come back. There's a penalty back around the 41-yard line. That was Nick Williams. Is that correct in that?
That is correct, yep. Nick Williams.
I'm so used to seeing Simmons take it up there for 55, 60 yards that I just saw it looked like a 1 to me. I blame all this stuff, Shane, and being 80 years old, so, you know, it's a good excuse.
the excuse works, actually. That's not bad, but you look great for 80 years old. I got to tell you, I wouldn't have guessed that, honestly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed you a day over 92.
Mentally.
I'll tell you what, you watch me around the farm, you'd know I'm a day over 92. It is a block in the back, I believe. Well, let's see now. It's 15. Block in the back's not 15, is it? Might be. Okay, there's that sign again. I looked it up too. Now
chop block.
They did this. What was it?
Chop block.
Chop block. That's the sign for the chop
Maybe.
block.
I didn't think it was, but I don't know.
Huh. I know Steve and I were trying to figure that out last week, and I looked it up and I forgot already. First down and 10, Meadville, double wing. Ball's getting off to Simmons. Whistle. Stops play. Movement with the flag down the far side.
Well, this isn't how Meadville wanted to come out of the half.
No, and you don't expect this, especially when you're keeping your starters in. But you know, this is more practice for them for down the road, and they should be able to or be working to work these things out of their system, and you know, a reason to keep them in. So you want to keep them mentally fresh and mentally engaged into the game.
First down 15, double wing. Simmons in motions. Simmons gets it off the right side. Oh my goodness. Across the 30, look out. The 45, the 50, 45, the 40, cuts it back, and nobody's going to get him. 80 yards for the touchdown.
That was a really fast 80 yards. That kid is really, really fast.
Yeah, he's pretty quick. Shane mentioned earlier in the first half about the young man being a long jumper, 22, 23 feet. I can see why. He's got the speed to do it, and plays basketball, so he probably has some hops too. So,
absolutely. Again, in the open field, he shows all of that athleticism, and it's very, very difficult.
He's got quick feet
to bring down. And yeah, absolutely. And again, it was mentioned his vision.
Yeah.
You saw the cutback. He probably had that in his head, you know, as he was outrunning the one defender and saw the next defender with the angle and to make that cutback. It's pretty incredible athlete to watch.
Yeah, I don't think the Rockets played that all that bad. You know, the wide guy kept him from going out wide. He just is so fast that there's not much you can do with it.
Well, no, and he, as Shane was saying, he sees the field really well. And yeah, good athlete. I'm going to have to watch for him in track. Track's my favorite sport. I really like track and field, so I would have to watch for him.
He is a very big part of the Meadville sprinting and jumping teams.
I'll bet, yeah.
Great to watch in the spring.
55-0 as Meadville takes the opening kickoff and goes 80 yards in one play.
Were those strategic penalties to pad his stats?
I don't think Coach Collins is going to be very happy, regardless of the score or the results of those penalties happening.
No, I suspect not.
That's a good try, Joe.
Shows you what kind of person Joe is.
Yes.
Well, it's like you were talking about with those accidental drop passes to stay in. You know, is that one of those things?
Yeah. Well, then you turn around and run 80 yards. That kind of nullifies that. Titusville picks it up across the 25 to about the 30. And there's a big stack up of white and black uniforms out there.
Beavers leading the Huskies in the third quarter play, 20-0. Mercyhurst Prep Lakers at the half lead the Wildcats 21-7. Dragons and the Eagles of Conneaut are tied at 7. Fairview Tigers trailing behind Fort LeBoeuf 14-0 at the half. That kind of surprised me a little bit. We were at Fort LeBoeuf last week. Mustangs leading the Panthers of Sagertown 35-0.
Jackson Colville off the left side, out across the 30 to about the 32.
Reynolds Raiders lead at the half over Cambridge Springs 31-0. Franklin Knights haven't scored anything, and Oil City is leading 34-0.
I'm actually a little bit surprised that that's scores like that with the running back at Oil City. I thought maybe they'd be more of a situation.
We've been talking a lot about him this week.
Yeah, having a good season. Titusville second down and 10. Brock hands the ball off, first man through the left side. Maybe pick up, check that was third down play. Maybe pick up a couple yards. I guess they just switched to third down. I'm looking across the lane there, Shane, and just turned it to third down. Yeah.
3rd and 9.
They really need my help with taking it down away from them, don't they? Doubles left for Titusville, wing right. Brock dropping straight back. Oh, did he have the 3 in his face?
Again, Meadville pressured, forcing the quarterback to throw the ball out of bounds.
I was wondering if they were going to throw another flag for grounding.
It's always interesting with that. Just the receiver always has a claim that he's near the ball.
Yeah.
And
wasn't that a rule change this year? Did they change? I thought that was one of the things they looked at to protect the quarterback.
I don't know. Oh, snap. Oh, just about
looks
got
like
it away.
Meadville got a piece of that one, I think.
Yeah, he got a hold of that one. Punt goes out to about the Titusville 46-yard line as Meadville got a good rush from the punt. I could take this post down if it would help you.
If you wouldn't mind. Well, try to navigate it, but
let me move up.
No, I can. I'm gonna stand up and.
Yeah, you young guys can do that. That's. Meadville has a first down and 10. They'll be at the Titusville 46, leading 55-0. See what Meadville offensive coordinator calls here.
Simmons McCoy is on the bench now, so they're starting to sub in some of the younger guys. It looks like.
Looks like you're going to see that spread look from Meadville again. Brady Walker at the quarterback.
Off the right side, now they cut back up across the middle, driving straight ahead. My goodness, good hard run. Ball can drop, but he was down. Inside the Titusville 30. Who was running the ball?
That was Brady Walker once again.
That was Drek snap to Walker?
Yes, it was.
They must have listened to us talking about this single wing stuff. Drek snap to the tailback.
That's really what it is.
Yeah. In your face football. Now Meadville will have it first down and 10 to Titusville 24. Doubles both ways. Ball carry straight across up the middle once again. Down inside the 20 to about the 15. Just getting a good push off the front line.
Got up a little gingerly there. That's the danger again of keeping your starters in there too long.
Yeah, you don't want, you got a long season yet. And I got a suspicion that from what talking with Shane here and so on, that they probably have, the coaching staff probably has their sights on postseason play. And so this is a longer season than just a regular season schedule. Walker up the middle, and he drives inside the 5. Boy, just 10 yards every clip. Joe.
Yeah, they spread them out, and it just moves the defenders away from the center of the field, and they just zigzag through, find their holes, and get 10 yards.
Burley on the stop for Titusville.
Shane, you've seen quite a few teams make it to the postseason. What separates these guys from others, or what are some of the differences?
This team, I think the first thing that would come to my mind with this team is they have a lot of experience. The core group of seniors here, and you can compare this team to Meadville's team last year. Last year's team had one senior. This year's team has many seniors, and I can count the numbers in front of me, but most of these seniors have been starting for a while now. Some were sophomores when they were given a chance, and many of them stepped up last season. But I think that level of experience and this group has been playing together for so long that I think that's really one of the biggest difference that I could point out, whereas some of the other teams, you're just putting guys in and, the next guy up mentality, where these guys have been playing together at this level for their second year now, and I think it says a lot to where they're at and how they've been able to achieve this success.
Touchdown in there by Brady Walker, and that puts it up to 61-0. So Meadville basically scoring at will here in the second half. Get ready for the extra point attempt at 5:32 left to go in the third. Snap, the kick is up, and the kick is good. 52-0, 5:32 to go in the third quarter. So a very difficult task now for the Titusville coaches to get these kids focused, get them into play. And the other side of that coin for Titusville, you get concerned about the Meadville kids getting injured. Titusville letting down mentally. You can lose some of your boys too because of the down 62-0, and your attitude goes down, and you don't hit hard. He who hits hardest wins.
Absolutely, and you want to send a message to your guys, and you're not giving up on them. So it's to the point where, and it looks like Titusville may be subbing some of their guys in, but you don't want to think that, you don't want your guys to think that you've given up on them, and it's really hard for them to get that. We have a full season ahead of us still too. We still have 6 games. We still have a chance. Let's put this one up for the night and go watch film and get better, and look at what we did successful and build on that, and improve the things that we weren't so successful on, and maybe make that step. Or they could go the other way and say, hey, we're going to give you guys another chance. Get out there and show me something. So
yeah, yep.
Yeah, this has been a tough stretch for Titusville, but there's a lot of winnable games yet on their schedule. So
yes,
you don't want to get anybody hurt, and you don't want to kill their confidence, with a lopsided loss.
We were talking about that at the half, Joe. I mean, if you look at Titusville's schedule the next 3 weeks,
yeah,
got some opportunities there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually, what do you take away from this? When you play against somebody who is better, what do you look at the way this is how they tackle, this is how they do this? These are things we need to look at. How are they tackling? How are they doing this?
Well, I actually talked to Coach about that before the game, and he said, we just look at the tape, we isolate the times when we do well, and we focus on those, and you just look at it, you break it down like you would any other time. Focus on what you did well, and work on the things that you didn't do as well. You just keep working.
Koval out to the outside, running the ball, takes it out to about the 32-yard line. Be a pickup for about 3 or 4 in the play.
Even he indicated even in the LaBeouf game, there were times, when there were decent stretches, decent series here or there where we did a lot of good things, and so you just focus on those and encourage the kids in that, and then focus on what you can change and what you can work on.
Titles will send 2 to the right and stack them, wing left. 2 to the left and stack them. Brock rolls to his left, throws up short, and the ball's intercepted at the 30, into the 25, down inside the 25 to about the 15, and stacked up there. Just a tough interception. Good concentration by Meadville. but picked off. First down and 10, Meadville inside the Titusville 20, about the 18. This is always tough going to your left and getting squared up. We've got some pressure in his face. And just a little bit behind Mung, and the defense is right there. That's a tough one.
That is tough, and especially when a guy gets his hands on the ball. And to the Meadville kids, credit. Coaching point, you're playing a zone package. You need to be where you're supposed to be, and he was where he was supposed to be, and he was able to pick off the ball.
Absolutely. Ball carrier up the right side, gets met at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Meadville doing a good bit of subbing now. Under center. Handed off to the wingman coming across the left side. He cuts up here across the 10. Gets it down to about the 5-yard line, close to a first down.
For the Bulldogs, Braden Miller.
Now, if I'm the basketball coach, Shane, I'm getting a little nervous because I got a 6'5" starter out there playing quarterback.
You are delighted to see him hand the ball off and do nothing else with it.
You hand it off and run. Get out of the way. Ball straight up the middle, drive down inside the 5, and in for the touchdown. Wow.
It's a freshman fullback.
Yeah, they lost nothing of that second team in there. They pounded the ball very well. 68-0. I have to remember the last time Titusville got beat like this. I don't know if I can. Giving up this many points. I'm sure they did at one time or another, and the kick is up, and the kick is good. I mean, I've been watching them since 1948, so I'm sure somewhere in that process, Shane, we got nailed again. But
was it 2 years ago that we were here? Good. That was a pretty rough game too.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was 2
I don't
years
remember
ago
what the
or
score
3.
was.
Well, no, it wasn't that, but we did 2020 Oil City homecoming. I think it was like 72-0.
Was it? Yeah, I thought there was a game where we did a 72 game.
Yeah, against Oil City.
.147 left to go in the third.
Meadville and Oil City having some tough teams the last handful of years.
Shane and I were talking about that. Between the two schools, there have been some really good running backs coming out of these
Yeah.
schools for the past 10 years or so. That's one of the advantages you have in broadcasting too, Shane, is you get a chance to come over here. And there's no question I want Titusville to win. I make no bones about that. But you get a chance to see these other teams too.
Absolutely, and we were also talking about the other stadiums. There's a lot of nice stadiums, out there, and lots of different communities to visit, and lots of nice things to see.
We always say it. There's no better place to be than a high school or sporting event in general, supporting these athletes.
In the fall, football. You got to be at a football game on Friday nights. That's just the way it is. Oh, nice tackle. Tried to cut it back to the outside, and I don't know who that was, that masked man, but catch a number there.
It's 10 on 10.
10 on 10?
10 on 10. I believe that was Connor Carpin, Shoemaker.
Yeah, Shoemaker was a ball carrier.
And Brady Walker once again for the
look at him
for the Bulldogs.
Good hit. First down, 10, Titusville. They're at their own 26-yard line. Ball is given off to Koval. Jackson comes out across the 30 to about the 34-yard line.
It's the first time we've seen that pistol formation from Titusville tonight, I think.
Yeah, it might have been. Jackson Colville is a sophomore running back. Had a good season last year. And doesn't have a lot of weight. I think about 165, 170 maybe. But
and there's one more Koval that's is playing in 8th grade. I believe he's the middle school quarterback.
Yes.
So we got one more Koval that'll be coming up.
Jackson once again, but gets his legs taken out from under him very quickly. No gain. Actually a loss of about 1 on the play. 3rd down and 4 with the end of the 3rd quarter coming up. End of 3 quarters of play here at Bender Field in Meadville. It's 69-0. Meadville on top. We'll be right back.
At Donovan and Bauer Auto Group, all the local fall sports seasons are here. No matter if you're making that touchdown, running that extra mile, scoring that winning goal, making that putt for birdie, or slamming down that setter spike, the team at Donovan and Bauer Auto Group is a proud supporter of all the fall athletics in Titusville and the surrounding area. Doing your best is a team effort, and the team here at Donovan and Bauer attempts to give the best effort to our customers day in and out, just like all the local athletes. Have a safe and memorable 22 fall sports season to all the local teams and athletes. When you have the time, visit us on our website at donovanbauer.com and score that winning deal.
Fat Chad's Brewing is Titusville's premier dining destination, offering fine dining served with a cold beverage and great conversation. Try our oiled Derrick sirloin or railroad flat iron, or how about the TPD ribeye, Louis Lip strip steak, or Fat Chad's pork steak. Our pasta entries and sandwiches are just as popular. Try the garden pasta or the Asiago chicken, or get the Rocketeer burger or fish sandwich, all served with fresh cut fries. Come in Saturday nights for Wild Game Saturdays. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
And welcome back to Bender Field, the start of the 4th quarter of play. Jim?
Buck Cole rolling to his left. He's going to keep the ball cut upfield, and he's going to be a hit, but drive ahead. Good run. Picks up a couple extra after contact, and he'll have the ball out to about the 35. And it'll bring up a 4th down and about 2. Wouldn't be surprised that Coach might just go ahead and go for this one.
I think at this point, I mean, there's nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Getting these short yardage situations.
You might need to go 4th and 2 some game. 4th and 1, I got it marked on the board, so practice now.
Or try to draw them off sides.
1 out wide, and Koval's going to keep and drive straight ahead. He'll have enough for the 1st down. A little bit of a scrum. A little rugby there. Did you ever play rugby?
I've never played rugby. As much as I like to play football, I've always said this about rugby. I don't like being tackled without pads on. It hurts. It hurts that way. I don't know how they do it.
I don't either. It's crazy.
It hurts with pads.
Yeah. It hurts with pads.
Yeah.
You guys do lacrosse here, right?
We do lacrosse, yes. That program was started a few years back, but it seems to have taken off here in Meadville.
Is that a spring sport?
Yes, it is.
You guys have difficulties finding numbers for everything, or is it pretty balanced?
I think it's pretty well balanced. You did notice a difference of, in track. I coach track as well. The numbers were down a little bit at first when the lacrosse team came. But I think overall, kids are coming out for sports these days, so track's an easy one to get kids to try, I think. So it's always easy to get kids to at least try track and field.
That was Jackson Cole picking up about 8 on the play. 2nd down 2, Titusville with their own 46. Jackson Cole once again straight ahead. We'll go out across the not quite to the 50-yard line. I'm going to mark it about the 49. Be 1st down and 10, Titusville at the Titusville 49-yard line. Johnson comes wide left for Titusville. Get a wing left.
I have to write that.
Brock hands off to brother Jackson. Jackson drives inside the 50 down to about the 46-yard line of Meadville. Bring up 2nd down and 5. Got a lot of seconds in now for Meadville. In fact, I think they're all seconds. I believe.
Pretty sure.
Double left side for Titusville. Wing right. Koval off the right side. Breaks to the outside. Good stiff arm. He's at the 40, the 35, a flag down. And Jackson runs out of bounds at about the 20. But the flag's at the 29-yard line of Meadville. Block in the back, I would assume. No, I assumed wrong. Can you see the hole? Oh, yeah. So Titusville caught with a hold, had a good run, good game, but the ball's going to come back. It will still be enough for a first down when the ball's brought back to the 40-yard line. Did you get over to the college much to watch it all? Or?
I have not been there recently, but the last couple of years I've been able to get up there. But I have twin daughters who are getting older now, and they're into their activities, so it's difficult to get to many games.
Yeah.
When we always have family activities or something like that going on.
Are they into sports?
They do play sports. They like basketball a lot. They played soccer. They practice taekwondo, and they compete in tournaments. We try to keep them as busy as possible. Right now they're cheering for the Meadville Little Gritters program, so
good.
Every Saturday we're at a Little Gritters game these days.
Been there, done that. 2nd down and about 8 for Titusville. Brock rolls to his right, keeps the ball. He's out across the 30 and inside the 30 to about the 24-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. Be enough for a first down, though. Titusville will have a first down at 10. And the spot will be at about the 24-yard line. Clock running, 6:10 left to go in the ball game.
Both teams still playing pretty physical football at this point.
First down and 10 at the 24 of Meadville. Titusville send 2 to the left. Wing right, same formation. Brock hands it off to Jackson, and he's met at the line of scrimmage, gets nothing. Maybe lose a yard. Meadville quick to plug up that hole, if there was one to begin with. Well, what are you going to call here, Joe?
Boy, they've really been going back to the run here.
Yeah.
I think I'd try and get the passing game going. Had some success with that in the past. You don't want to fall off. You want to keep that going. So I think I'd call a pass.
Brock rolling to his
And
right.
there's a
Got a
pass.
man in the end zone.
He's got caught Cameron Mong open.
Touchdown.
Yep.
Yeah, you got Mong open in the end zone. So Titusville with a 25-yard touchdown pass. First score of the evening, but good ball by Brock.
I was wondering if they would go back to that play-action pass where the quarterback ran it and had that big gain.
Going on to do the extra point for Titusville. 4:57 left to go in the ball game. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. 69-7 with 4:57 left to go in the ball game. Titusville will get ready to kick off. Now, how long do you wait? If you're in the first quarter, you have a good play like you were talking about. As a coaching staff, how long do you wait to come back to that? You just get a feel for the defense.
You have to get a feel for it, and sometimes you get right into it and you go right back to it. Which there's nothing wrong with that. And sometimes you take a play to set it up again, a play or two, but when you see a play like that and the success that they had on that play, you know you have to go back to that play.
Well, I was watching earlier in the game when Simmons was running the outside, and then you had Walker up the middle, but it kept going back, same play. I'm going to run this till you stop me. And if you can't stop me, I'm going to run it. And so, yeah, I can understand what you just said as far as going back to it quickly.
Absolutely.
Well, it's in basketball. I used to play with a guy out of Clearfield that we'd end up at the first half. George would have 8 or 10 points and end up the game with 50. You just keep giving him the ball. I can't shoot anymore. Shoot the ball, George, because you knew once he made the first one, he's going to make the second one.
Yeah.
It's the same type of mentality. You got to feed it. Kickoff's going to go down and out of bounds. Somewhere around the 5, or if not to the 35, I believe. First down and 10. So yeah, you just feed them.
Absolutely, and until the team stops you, you have to keep doing it. And plus, with Meadville's offense, that's how you set up other plays is by running one play and the misdirection that we heard earlier. But Titusville had a lot of success with that package that they had in there. I'm surprised they weren't using that earlier, or if that's something maybe to build on for this game.
Kind of that old catch me if you can.
Yep.
So we have 4:57 left in the ball game. 69-7, Meadville on top as we get set to go. Titusville with some substitution now on the defensive end. Ball carrier going out to the outside, the left side, gets to the outside. No, he's going to be hit and brought down by Burley. Right about the line of scrimmage. I thought he was going to get to the outside again.
Yeah, it appeared he might get the edge there, but
that's Phillips, the ball carrier. Brings up second down and 10.
Yeah, the refs missed that one. That was a pretty obvious motion on.
Yeah, even I saw that one.
On the Meadville wing.
I think at this point in time, it had no effect on the play.
Yeah, this is probably a hard game to ref, too. When do you pull that flag out and when do you just keep it in your pocket?
Yeah, we've had a lot of comments about that. I believe that you throw it all the time. The kid's got to learn, and even in this situation, snap is a fumble, and Titus is going to throw the quarterback for a loss back at about the 30-25. Yeah, I like to throw it all the time, Joe. It's like in basketball, foul's a foul. It's a foul in the first minute, it's a foul in the last minute, and the kids aren't going to learn if you don't make the calls. And so I like to see them throw it. I understand this one here. I wouldn't make an issue of it, but.
Yeah, I agree, and maybe they just missed it, because that happens.
Everything's got a purpose, and the referees are important to the game.
Missing calls like that, though, doesn't exactly endear you to the fans.
Yeah, that's why they're having trouble getting referees. I got a buddy back home who's a referee down in Titusville, and he said the hardest thing is a punt. It's going to be a nice kick. Picked up for Titusville at the 40, the 45, goes back to the 50. Oh, nice hit. The 49-yard line. Phillips, I believe, was on the tackle. But good hit. Ball spotted right at the 50-yard line. Fans like that one.
Still something to cheer for at this point in the game.
Yeah. 2 minutes, clock running. Titusville trying to get the personnel in that they want. And looks like they've got it now. McDonald will be a quarterback. A lot of younger players in there for Titusville now also. I'm going to end up moving back 5 here in a minute. I don't see the clock. The whistle and timeout Titusville. 1:25 to go in the ball game. Titusville's got to take a timeout. Just trying to get some personnel in.
Shane, is this the first year the coaches went with that cranberry shade of red?
It is. It was a new take on the coaching polo for Meadville, but it had mixed reviews. I think the coaches like it. It's comfortable and different look.
Die-hard fans?
Maybe not so much.
What about the short haircuts that these coaches have? Is that from coaching you, or?
That is the uniformity of the coaching staff.
Titusville, first down. Rolling right, throws up short, pass is complete, and out of bounds at about the 40-yard line is Stearns. Ball's out to the 42-yard line, just shy of a first down. Clock running with 1 minute left to go in the ball game. This could be the last play of the game.
See if Titusville tries to throw one more time, maybe. Maybe that play action pass, the quarterback rolling out.
Could be.
Pull out the double pass again.
Going deep for Brock Koval, and check that. Mung drops it out at about the 5-yard line.
Koval thought he should have been looking for him.
Yeah. And that will be probably final play of the game. All the coaches trying to call another play in, but I don't think they're going to get it off in time.
Looks like that's about it.
Yeah. Final score here at Brenda Field in Meadville. Meadville 69, Titusville 7. We'll be back with wrap up right after these messages.
Signature here. Oh, and one last thing.
What's with the chainsaw?
Oh, well, service may be slowed due to network interference.
Network interference?
Yeah, well, maybe if you cut down some of these trees, you can finally get a decent cell signal, which is how you get internet now. Good luck.
Read the fine print. Only Armstrong delivers fast and reliable internet right into your home on a network built specifically for the internet. Zoom from Armstrong.
Would you love to exercise, but pain is holding you back? The aquatic therapy offered at Titusville Area Hospital Physical Therapy may benefit anyone suffering from joint pain, recovery from joint replacements, or other surgeries, fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, muscle weakness, or other physical limitations. In the comfort of a heated pool and with private one-on-one sessions, the professionals at TAH Physical Therapy can help. Call today for more information. 827-0354.
And welcome back to the Corky's Pizza Titusville Beverage postgame show here from Bender Field in Meadville, Pennsylvania. The final score here, The Bulldogs over the Rockets 69-7. We're going to go down to the field to Joe in just a minute. Guys, thoughts on the game?
Well, it went about the way I thought. I did not think that Meadville would get up 69 on us, but we found out that they are as good as the publicity has been as we look things up and we watched them on film. Titusville-wise, had trouble getting anything going offensively, but give credit to Meadville because of their quickness. They're very quick, they're strong, and they are legitimate. So it'll be fun to see what Meadville can do between now and stay healthy and get into the postseason. They should be able to make a run. They've got a lot of talent, and they know how to use it. Shane, your thoughts?
I think the same thing. As a coach, you reflect on number one. Everybody made it out healthy. We didn't lose anybody. I think they came out and executed a game plan, which is always the number one goal. Can we do what we set out to do? I think the defense played well. The defense played well tonight against a different look that they might not see every week in that passing attack from Titusville. And it gives you something to build on for next week.
Guys, let's see if we can get this last commercial break in, and we'll come back and wrap things up here, maybe grab a word down on the field. This is the Corky's Pizza Titusville Beverage postgame show. Our coverage will continue right after this quick timeout.
At Donovan and Bauer Auto Group, all the local fall sports seasons are here. No matter if you're making that touchdown, running that extra mile, scoring that winning goal, making that putt for birdie, or slamming down that setter spike, the team at Donovan and Bauer Auto Group is a proud supporter of all the fall athletics in Titusville and the surrounding area. Doing your best is a team effort, and the team here at Donovan and Bauer attempts to give the best effort to our customers day in and out, just like all the local athletes. Have a safe and memorable 22 fall sports season to all the local teams and athletes. When you have the time, visit us on our website at donovanbauer.com and score that winning deal.
Like a good neighbor, your State Farm agent is there. And there. And now, there. Good Neighbor Connect is a secure virtual meeting tool exclusively for State Farm customers. It's simple to use, no signups, downloads, or plugins, and it helps you have the conversations you need with your agent at whatever distance you prefer. Ask your agent about meeting through Good Neighbor Connect today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Fat Chad's Brewing is Titusville's premier dining destination, offering fine dining served with a cold beverage and great conversation. Try our oiled derrick sirloin or railroad flat iron, or how about the TPD ribeye, Louis Lip strip steak, or Fat Chad's pork steak. Our pasta entries and sandwiches are just as popular. Try the garden pasta or the Asiago chicken, or get the Rocketeer burger or fish sandwich, all served with fresh cut fries. Come in Saturday nights for Wild Game Saturdays. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville. Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
And welcome back to the Corky's Pizza Titusville Beverage postgame show. We're going to go down to the field now to Joe Roddy, who's with Coach Collins. Joe?
I knew I wouldn't forget where you were. Coach, that was a pretty dominant win there. You're pretty dominant on all facets of the game. I assume that was the game plan, but how did you feel your guys executed your game plan?
I think they did a good job executing the game plan. We knew coming in, Titusville had a lot of athletes. They had the quarterback is exceptional. He had good receivers. We knew they had a big line. We knew they played good defense. We watched them. They hung really good with Sharpsville, and so we couldn't overlook them. I thought what we had was a really good game plan in place. Kids came out, did an exceptional job of executing the game plan, and they just got after them for 3 solid quarters, and then we were able to get some of the young guys in, get them some reps. But overall, I was very pleased.
Great. Getting those young guys in. How important is that for you as a program as the program moves forward?
Well, head coach, and you're always looking to the future. It's not about Friday nights and the games that you're playing in the present, those are huge. You want to take care of business and get those wins and make sure you're solid. But you also have to plan for the future. You have to plan for next year and the year after that. So it's very important that we get the young guys into the ball game, see what they're capable of doing early on in their careers. So then, we can build towards that in the future with them. And I was really happy with the young guys when they come in. They played tough football.
Is it hard keeping the older guys on a game like this, keeping them focused and making sure that as you're looking down the schedule, you don't overlook an opponent? We talked about that quite a bit during the game, that it's got to be hard for you to keep them focused and keep them geared up for games.
I'll tell you what, fortunately, I'm blessed with a great group of guys. They stay focused, whether they're on the field or off the field, rooting on the other guys in the game. They stay real focused, and you could see them over there cheering on the other guys. And even when the game, was pretty much decided and it would appear that we were going to win that game, the guys were still locked in, still wanting to play hard, and we just didn't have any kind of letdowns at all from them.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Coach.
Hey, thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
All right, Joe, I don't know if you can catch Reynolds real quick, but guys, we're going to be, if we grab Coach, great. If not, we're going to wrap things up and get the Corky's Pizza Player of the Game. Jim?
Yeah, we had some discussion up here as to how to go about choosing. When you're down 69-7, you look around and try to find somebody that stood out a little bit. We'll talk to some other guys who were watching the game from Titusville, and the recommendation seems to be to go with Mr. Brett Schmidt, a sophomore from Titusville. He played well on the line, got involved in a lot of it defensively. He's a 6 foot, 192-pound young boy coming up, a young man coming up for Titusville. So we have chosen Mr. Schmidt as our player of the game.
Shane, guys like that, sometimes those unsung heroes, those guys you don't get to see make those big splashy plays, but they're doing things inside the line that really help.
Absolutely. Making those blocks and on the other side of the ball as well, it just speaks volumes to what they're able to do or what they're trying to do. And like you said, you don't get to see the big play from them, but they're in there in the grind and making a difference where they can.
We're going to send it back down the field to Joe, and he's with Coach Reynolds. Joe?
Hey, thanks, guys. Yeah, Coach, we talked about it a little bit before the game, that you had a little bit of a tough stretch here. 3 games against really, really tough competition. What do you tell the kids going back into the locker room?
Yeah, the big thing tonight is to identify who we are. This group of kids represents 10% of the population of the high school that choose to come out for this team. It's a great group of guys who have committed since the springtime to work at this process of building this team. So we identify things that we've done well in the past, and we'll identify opportunities we had in the field tonight. There were things that we were 1 or 2 steps away from a score or 1 or 2 steps away from a tackle on defense, and you're playing a championship caliber football team. That's the reality of Meadville right now, and we faced a previous one in Sharpsville, and Fort LaBeouf is obviously a playoff contender. So we take those opportunities, we look at them, we identify the positives, and we continue to grow. That's just kind of how we move on with life.
Well, you got to look forward to the schedule coming up. You got some games where you should be certainly competitive before you hit another big powerhouse in Oil City.
And nothing changes, whether it's tonight or next week or the week after. Executing plays on offense, defense, and special teams is always key. So making those blocks, making the reads, and dealing with what's in front of us successfully is key for us.
I know it's fresh off the loss, but were there any aspects of the game that you were pleased with?
Yeah, one of the things we set a goal out is we had thrown for 500 yards prior to this game, but we really hadn't run in between the tackles real well. So we had some sweep plays and some interior run plays that we ran tonight that was the best we've run them throughout the season. So we'll continue to grow. We need to have those available for later on down the season, and we'll just keep working at it.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Thanks, Joe. Nice job.
Thanks, guys.
Wireless Mic tonight brought to you by Titusville Dairy Products Company and by Bayless Fuel Service. It's that time of year we want to make sure you have fuel for winter. The colder temperatures are coming. Guys, final thoughts.
Well, it's just, as Mike said, Coach Reynolds, that it's a learning situation for Titusville, and they're able to execute some things that they wanted to do tonight, and that's always important. So you go watch the film, pick up on the things you did well, share the things you didn't do so well, and as he mentioned, you played a championship quality team tonight. And so you learn from it and you move on.
We move on next week to take on Seneca. We're back at Carter Field for that matchup. Bobcats coming to town. Shane, Meadville has who?
Meadville has Cash next week, at Cash.
All right, so there you go.
Always a fun time out, the Mash and Cash.
Mash, Cash.
Bash.
Yeah, well, that used to, yeah.
There it is.
Mike was always a big fan of that one. But he never called it a rivalry until, was it Cash picked up a win? Or
it was
Meadville?
Until Meadville picked up a win.
Yeah, that's right, because Cash had some good teams.
They did. They
yes,
started
they did
off
when they first combined.
Yes, they did.
All right, guys, thanks so much. Shane, great job. Thanks for joining us here tonight. Joe, great job. Thanks for joining us. What?
No, I was just going to say thanks. I appreciate you having me on. And, it was a odd game with a couple of new guys, but it's a great time. Thanks a lot.
We want to thank Armstrong's Neighborhood Channel, broadcasting the game. You can catch the repeats throughout the weekend and next week. For our entire crew, Cullen Rio, Adam Bodemer, Joe Roddy, Shane Ream, Jim Bodemer, I'm Luke Rio. Thanks so much for joining us for coverage of Rocket Sports this fall season, made possible by these great sponsors. By Oil Creek Plastics, by Titusville Area Hospital, by Interstate Pipe and Supply, by State Farm Insurance, by Poppies, by the Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, by Donovan and Bauer Auto Group, by The Barking Lot, by Fat Chad's Brewing, by Armstrong, by Kreiner Real Estate, by Warner's Bakery, by Goodwill, by Larry's Auto Service, by Corky's Pizza, and by the Titusville Beverage. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. Have a great weekend. And we'll see you back here next week for Titusville Rocket football from Carter Field.
Thank you for watching Stream Sports' presentation of Titusville Rocket Sports on Stream TV.